Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Disaster Tour. I'm PT, your Disaster Tour guide. How is everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Hopefully,
I you know?
hopefully good. Well, everybody, I gotta turn this down. It too loud. The Spotify is now oppressive.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify too powerful.
Spotify
Oppressive
too powerful.
Spotify.
Anyways, everybody, welcome back to Bits, Crits, and Halfwits, our wonderful D&D game that has about a month left until our 3-year mark.
That's crazy.
That's
I'll be real.
wild.
I had a moment of fear when you said a month left, and I'm like, before the TPK? Wait a minute.
The TPK could happen at any time.
Yeah, I don't schedule that
TPK
kind of
was a
thing.
month in.
That's good.
The
That's
TPK
true, the
was a
TPK
month
was a
in.
month in. We all died so fast.
Technically, our players have zero confirmation that this is not, in fact, just the afterlife.
Well, I guess that's true.
They all went to hell for being bad people.
Oh,
Yay.
dang it.
I mean, it's to be expected.
Not hell.
I can't believe you just stole the plot from A Good Place like that.
I know, I was
We'll be
gonna
working our
say.
way out.
Hell is other people, everybody.
Hell is forever.
Whether
For
you
some
like it or
people,
not.
Hell is talking to other people.
That's fair.
We're leaving your house.
Existing.
Agoraphobia. It's a fun word.
It is
Less
a fun
fun
word.
condition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well. Term, what is our question of the day?
Today's question is, would your character run a marathon?
All right. First, we have Lulin Boldspeaker, the Minotaur Paladin from Olfast, played by...
And me, Rambo. I don't think Lulin would run in the marathon. However, he would absolutely be the guy handing out the little waters.
So true.
Valid.
He would be cheering everybody on, remembering people to hydrate, properly stretch, all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But not a runner himself.
Understandable. Then we have Elliot Burning Oak, the half-elf blizzard from Zraya, played by...
It's me, Isaac. And apparently I'm officially old enough that I'm no longer ID'd when I buy things that require age verification. So
Congratulations.
that's cool, I guess.
You're
I
old.
don't know. I guess. I don't know, there's something about this. There was a point of pride where I would pull out my ID and I'd be like, yes, you can buy this spicy water. I don't know which TOS is, so.
I love spicy water.
It's okay, the other day I got ID'd at a Walgreens buying cough medicine.
Oh, wow.
Okay, but yeah,
Damn.
that's just because they thought you were going to make another
Drugs.
illicit
Yeah.
substance.
No, I need cough medicine.
Yeah, fair enough. You just have to look sicker. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't look so
consider.
healthy.
Yeah, I don't know
Right
what
now.
I don't know what gave it away to him. Was it my skin that could be used as a flare for planes, or was it the dark circles under my eyes?
Yeah,
So it sounds like you just looked like a drug addict.
Uh-huh.
You looked too sickly.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of looking like you were sick, it looked like you were a drug addict making more drugs.
Damned if you do,
Apparently.
damned if you don't.
Anyways, Elliot would see a marathon go by, not realize what's going on, and just sort of run along with the people because why not? Seems like a cool parade.
Why are we running? I'll run too.
Yes.
Would he switch to wolf form when the running got too hard?
No.
Just vibing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Newsin Worldwalker, the Yorkie Sorbarian, played by...
It's me, the Sky T. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Newsom probably has run a marathon, but it was probably because Lulin told her to, because she was, like, slacking off in training or something like that.
Didn't know what a marathon was, but has ran several.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we have Karakarim, the Furbolg Warlock from Alania, played by.
Hello, it's Terminian Link VT. And first off, Karak would have to have a marathon explained to him. And then Karak would probably say, you know what, why not? People are pursuit predators, and it's good to keep that skill honed, even if it's not something we expect to use all the time.
What's your strength?
That's a good question.
Tell me your strength, your con, and your dex. I want to know if Karak would start like that and if they would finish the race or not.
Strength, my strength is 12, my con is 13, and my what was the last one? Dex is also 13. So not bad, but not great. Plus ones and everything.
You'd probably be okay.
You could make it.
He's very
Okay.
he's all right physically. Apparently
Can
very
a
charismatic
villager
and
run a
dumb as a bag of
marathon?
rocks.
Hmm?
Dumb as a bag of Karoks.
If a villager can run a marathon, easy mode for Karak, you know?
Hmm.
That is a good point. Base stats at 10.
See, I don't know if a villager could run a marathon. I don't know.
That's wild.
I'd really have to sit down
And think about it.
and Google some numbers real quick. Hang on, we're gonna find out.
I mean, I wouldn't
Mhm.
say the average person could run a marathon.
And that's what most villagers are.
Yeah, most.
Really? Hold
Yeah.
on. I
Yeah.
think your average person can, at the very least, jog a marathon.
Okay,
Mhm.
Barney
How
Simpson.
long is a marathon?
26.2 miles.
Yeah.
No shot. No way. In one sitting, I highly doubt that. Maybe
Well,
walking.
of course you can't do it in one sitting. You have to be standing to jog, Sky.
I'm leaving.
I'd also
I'm leaving
like
the call and I'm
Sky,
never coming back.
You've
I'd
been
also-
running wrong all this time. You have
I
to
don't-
leave the chair to run, Sky.
I'd also like to point out that Karak currently might have a harder time considering that they've only been able to move for a week. So they're more than likely a bit stiff and rusty when it comes to marathon level things.
Let me put it this way. I would say that I am above your average villager in terms of running skill.
Mm-hmm.
I run 3 miles a day. I could not pick up tomorrow and run a marathon. I would die. I would simply perish.
It requires a pretty intense amount of endurance. I think that's the main thing.
Also, the mental strain they can put on you for like how long you're doing it for. You have to
Understanding
have
how to like
dedication.
breathe correctly so
Yeah.
that you don't hyperventilate and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like it
Like-
requires like a skill set, I think.
Like as someone
I've
who
done
did
a marathon.
cross-country for a bit,
It sucked.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
Like like you got like it's half of it is a mind game with yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, what in life isn't, though? Let's be honest here.
That's fair.
Mhm.
God, I don't even want to think about running a marathon.
Let's just go with the answers and stop thinking about this. Whether
So the answer is, I think Karak probably could do it because we are specially like the D&D characters kind of exist in a specialty training set.
also the question is would they, not could they? So it's like Karak would want to and would push himself to, but whether he can actually finish it is a different question entirely.
I feel like we have the perfect dichotomy here of like the same version of could kill you is a cinnamon roll, wants to run a marathon, could finish a marathon.
Yeah. Would run a marathon, could run a marathon?
No, but like it almost fits out perfectly because on the right side you have up top wants to run a marathon. On the other side, like above Lulin and Nuzin is does not want to run a marathon. Actually, I would argue above Nuzin and Lulin is could run a marathon. Above Elliot and Karak is could not run a marathon. And then would run a marathon is Nuzin and Karak, and probably wouldn't run a marathon is Lulin and Elliot.
Hmm.
I'm down for that.
That's accurate.
You want to see me run a Disney marathon? Keep waiting for that because it's never going to happen because I don't have the knees for that anymore.
What is a Disney marathon?
I thought it was trying to speed run getting banned on Twitch.
You know, I can see
Mhm,
that.
mhm.
You would think it would be something against TOS, but no, it's just streaming Disney.
Does Disney own Twitch yet?
Not to my
Shockingly,
knowledge.
no.
Define own.
No,
Because
but
they
the
have
mouse
the power
the
to
mou-
do whatever they want. So
Yeah, the mouse is branded on my ass.
um
That's copyright.
All right.
You're going to have to get that removed.
yeah.
Mhm.
All
Actually,
right.
not get it removed. They own the skin. You're gonna have to get it cut out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very unfortunate.
Well, without further ado, our players had just began journeying through the desert towards Soraya. So what are you all talking about as you journey through the desert?
Man's
So
on
anyone-
Pegasus. He ain't talking to anybody.
He's too good for us now.
Damn right.
Who was carrying me? Was it Lulin?
It is
I
me.
believe so, yes.
Okay. So how long do you think I'm going to be stuck a dog?
Well, they did say until they were satisfied with your dog experience. So maybe you just have to do all the dog things.
Like really embrace being a dog?
I mean, maybe. That seems like that would fulfill their end of the deal.
The whimsical guy at the Oasis did seem to think that it would be good for me. But I can't foresee how being a tiny dog would be good for me, honestly.
It's fun.
It's
I mean,
pretty
it's
fun.
always the things that happen that we don't expect that seem to turn us into the people we need to be, right? I wouldn't be here if you guys didn't find me, and I'd say that's been a pretty good thing.
I guess that's fair. Well, one of you is gonna have to take up the being the scary bodyguard place that I've been fulfilling when we've been dealing with the elites.
I think I can be scary. I'm pretty convincing. I can be unnerving if I need to. I don't like to do it, but I mean, if we need to, I'm more than happy to.
You know. I don't know if we're gonna need to be scary at this. Do you think they're gonna think I fled the city if you come back without me?
I mean,
Yeah, but
We
what
could
if
prob-
you fled the city? You're not a prince.
to be fair, we could just say that you decided to stay home. You decided to stay
I
at
just
the
decided,
house.
nah.
Just decided to stay at the house because you're tired of the elven bureaucratic bullshit.
I don't think they'd appreciate it if you phrased it like that, but
Well, I won't phrase it that way, but I'm not going to split hairs when it's just us.
that's fair.
I don't need to add more bureaucratic stuff out here. There's enough in the city.
True. Oh. Well, I don't know. What do dogs usually do? I haven't spent a lot of time with dogs.
From
Except
what
Elliot. And he basically just hoards meat and digs holes. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Somebody roll me a D100.
You want the meat stick?
The what?
When you chew on the stick, it smells like meat.
I mean, I guess, if that's what it takes to embrace being a dog.
All right, don't break it now. Elliot will just toss Newsom the meat stick.
I guess I'll try and catch it. As a fucking dog.
Roll acrobatics.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my dog stats. Where? Oh god, where was that? The dog. There it is. Okay. Oh, that was the acrobatics is strength, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay.
Or dexterity. It's one of the two.
Roll me another D100.
Got it.
Huh.
Oh?
Huh.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's an
I don't
interesting.
I don't know how I feel about those noises.
An interesting sound to hear in the
Acrobatics
desert.
is I'm pretty sure acrobatics is dexterity, not strength. So let me. Okay, so that is the dog has a +2 in dexterity. The dog form.
Interesting. All right.
I don't like all this.
We got something to share with the class.
Yeah.
Do
No,
we have an assignment?
I don't have anything to share with the class. You'll find out eventually.
Oh,
Lord.
fun.
He's determining which of our friends is dying in the desert on the way to Zaria. Oh, that was a 16.
Which one of us is getting heat stroke on the way back?
It's me. I'm a little dog with a lot of hair.
That's rough, buddy.
It's rough, buddy.
No.
It's rough.
No.
Yeah, like-
maybe. No.
I'm sure dogs that haven't changed too much. I mean, they dig holes. They'd spend time around the fire. You would feed them and pet them, and
I guess
I guess
careful
because-
digging holes, because digging holes is how I get to my stuff.
really. All right, he
Yeah.
did say that. He said the pocket dimension.
Yeah. It's
That
like I dig a hole and then there's nothing, and then you kind of like jump into it and your stuff is there, kind of sitting on the ground.
And then you close the hole. And
Mhm.
Newsom's gone forever. Sorry, what? What were we talking about?
Are you fantasizing about killing me?
No, just thinking about the consequences of actions.
Elliot, are you jealous that Newson is getting all the dog attention?
I just gave her my meat stick. What do you want from me? I'm supporting Newsom the dog.
As all of you are still walking over the dunes towards the city, you come down off the top of a set of dunes, and in the ground below you, you see a set, whatever this is, it's moving on 4 legs, but a set of footprints probably as wide as Lulin is tall. Just heading off towards the east.
Could I roll an animal or nature check to see if it's something that is recognizable or any information on what this could be?
Sure.
I guess nature?
Nature.
Got it.
Thinking about what that would get you real quick.
It's all good.
So here's what you can tell. Whatever this was that was moving, based on the size of its footprints, was relatively, like, heavy, and it wasn't very fast moving.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Yeah, that's all you'll really get within 11. But whatever it was moving slowly. At like it wasn't running from anything. It was just kind of meandering along.
Could I also do a nature check?
Me.
Or a
What would Elliot
investigation?
remember lives in these deserts?
Lulin, roll me a nature check. Elliot, roll me a history check.
Might be a... Could... Slow, lumbering... Could be a pack animal? Why would there be a pack animal out here? How would it survive?
A pack animal with a gate that's 8 feet wide?
I mean, shifting sand and all that. Probably want a wide
Pack
stance.
of one.
Like if you have
Well,
wide...
like a pack
wider-
animal, like you put a pack on it. That's what he was saying. Not a pack animal, like it is a pack in a pack.
Oh.
like something like something that would like transport stuff. Because it's slow and it's not moving too fast.
Elliot, with a roll of a 9, I'm not sure you would know what this is with a roll of a 9.
Oh.
Lulin, with a roll of a 16, trying to... like, the nature rolls are hard because I'm trying to put it in, like, the context of what your characters know.
Yeah. Just it's moving slow, so I don't think it's hunting anything. Something that big wouldn't be hunting in that way.
I think Luland would try and guesstimate of whether this is either big, the same, or smaller than what Mazebreaker was.
Oh, much bigger.
Because I think that's what he was trying to decipher. If this is Mazebreaker, what's he doing here? And if this isn't Mazebreaker, what the fuck's bigger than that dude?
Oh, no. This is momentously larger than Mazebreaker.
It's bigger than Mazebreaker, but we can't see it anywhere around us.
Yeah, the dunes that you've been traveling through are... they're not like... it's almost like traveling through a small mountain range made of sand. So, like, there's a good chance this thing is nearby, but if it was wide and not tall, you probably wouldn't be seeing it over the rest of the dunes.
Got it.
Easy. Pegasus fly up with Elliot.
You know, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Croc's still just like mumbling to himself, being like, "It can't have gotten far. The sand's too, like, sand's too shifty for that, and it's too slow to."
Do you want to go down and look at the sand?
Yeah,
I
I was
mean-
gonna go sniff it.
Croc is, I think Croc would probably go a bit closer because now he's way too curious about whatever this is.
All right.
He's been questioning it too much.
All right. Well, you go down there. Give me 1 second. Dungeon Doggo just killed my main monitor.
That's so rude of her.
I know.
So Dungeon Doggo
coded.
She's chosen violence, so
Ever since PT said cinnamon rolls, I just want cinnamon rolls now.
I said
That's
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah,
Like-
when we were,
like
it was
30
like,
minutes,
is a
like 20,
cinnamon
30
roll,
minutes.
isn't a cinnamon roll?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Elliot, as you fly up, well, we'll do the people who doing their sniff checks first. So,
Okay.
the three of you head down to this kind of craterous footprint in the ground. Go ahead and roll me a sniff check.
okay. I was not opening a box, so
Also, Sky, did you ever open your Snapchat and see what I sent you?
oh shit, no I didn't. That is a dirty 20.
You don't know like, you couldn't place down exactly what this thing is, but you pick up things that give you some pretty good ideas. Whatever it is, it's a reptile. It is old. Like, you can almost smell age. I know that's a really weird way to... like, you know when you walk into a room and you're like, everything in here is old.
He smells musty.
He
That's what you're
smells
telling me.
musty, yes.
He's a musty turtle.
And you smell kobolds.
Do I smell familiar kobolds?
Nope, you just smell a
Just
lot of
kobolds.
kobolds.
The essence of kobold.
I know what the essence of a kobold smells like. This is weird. It's like a big... She kind of like sniffs a little more and then sneezes because sand goes in her nose. It's like a big, like, lizard, reptile kind of thing. But also I smell like a lot of kobolds.
Don't say the D word.
No, I don't think it would be I don't think it
No,
would be that.
I'd know a dragon if I smelled it. I've smelled
no-
dragons.
And not only that, it would, if it wanted to go through the desert, it would fly. It wouldn't walk like this.
What's
wouldn't-
the like shape of the footprints? Are they like round? Are they more like triangular and pointed? Because that would also give us like a lot of information.
Know anything about the local reptiles, Elliot?
He's gone. His ass is hundreds of feet in the air.
Karak just says that, looks up, and is like, "Oh right, I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be able to get used to that." And Karak sends a mental message to Elliot, to being like, "Anything on local reptiles?"
Big old local reptiles.
Big old local reptiles.
PT. What do you say?
I think he's
I'm
dead.
totally muted.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't mute to look up what a footprint looked like. It's a very large, almost circular, but not quite. It's got a little indent on the bottom, kind of pushed up towards the top, so it's more, I don't know, shapes. Sky help.
I don't know what it looks like. How could I give you a shape if I don't know what it looks like?
What's this circle with a bite taken out of the bottom of it called?
Oh, like a
Apple?
crescent?
Yeah, but think of like waxing gibbous moon shape
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
with 5 smaller circles laid out in front of it.
It's a turtle. A big fucking turtle.
Elliot,
I believe when they're in the desert, they're called tortoise.
It's a big fucking turtle.
Elliot, as you fly
Get out
up
here.
on your Pegasus about half a mile to the west of you, you see in between 2 crevices this very slow tortoise. It looks to be roughly about 80 feet long and 80 feet wide, but the top of its shell is relatively not completely flat, but like it doesn't have a very pronounced curve to its shell. Its shell seems relatively flat with kind of spikes poking off of the sides of it towards the back. And from the top, you almost missed it looking for it because it almost looks like this thing is made of sandstone. Like it has very sandy colors, but what gave it away is that on its back you see a bunch of small green and red shapes dancing in circles and shooting off fireworks. Not that any of the fireworks are going more than 10 feet before they plummet to the ground again.
So, Elliot will respond to term. Nope, it's not term. It's
Rock.
Rock. I corrected myself. Don't worry.
Hey.
Respond with, well, there's a big tortoise, I guess.
Karak kind of just looks to the others and it just says, Elliot says that they see that it's a tortoise, they guess? Like a big tortoise.
Cool.
That tracks with what I've been sniffing.
All right, that
Cool. Carry on.
tracks. Elliot says to carry on, apparently. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this. I'm just amazed that something like that exists.
Big desert.
Yeah, big desert. Anyway, where are we doing now? I'm sorry, I've completely lost the.
Are we going to check out the turtle, or are we just going back?
I mean, it's covered in cobalt, so.
Oh, that's
No.
weird. I mean, it makes sense because I smelled those, but
And Croc passes that message along, but replaces I with Newsen.
Elliot is very quickly approaching the ground.
As Elliot gets to the ground, now he can relay the information to Newson that it had kobolds on it, because only 2 of you have a telepathic link. The rest of you can just talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, kobolds on it.
Hmm.
Seems
That-
weird.
Elliot, give me a... We'll kind of make this retroactive, but give me a perception check while you're looking down at the kobolds.
Okay, doke. That I can do.
So you could make out that around the edges of the shell were kind of these flags floating, but as you're thinking back on it, you remember, and I'm putting this in the chat, seeing this written on the back of the turtle's shell, like almost painted there in green paint.
Which chat?
The game chat in Foundry.
Oh, the
Oh.
I'm shocked. We've never used that chat. You know that, right?
yeah. I
In
guess
fact,
time for
we were told
everything.
not to because we kept stealing your context.
Oh.
It says for hire. I don't know who hire is, so unless you guys
Yeah,
do.
that's a really
Like-
strange name. I've never known a hire.
like higher, like it makes you go higher, like
Like
up.
H
I
I.
mean, maybe the way you spell it.
Jesus.
HYRE?
HYRE.
That is a weird name.
Yeah, I don't
Hmm.
Anyways,
Ah, well.
know.
if you want to go talk to the cult, you can, but
The colt on the back of a giant turtle.
yeah.
I mean, I think I'm gonna be going wherever you all decide, but it probably is important for us to get back into the city at some point.
Probably. I mean, I don't want to accidentally get eaten by kobolds because I'm a tiny dog, you know?
Wait,
Kobolds don't eat dogs, they just eat cats.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my
Correct.
mistake. I mean, I'm
Correct.
smaller than a cat, so.
Karak adds
Yeah,
that
but
to
like
the
it's
Karak adds that to the food chain that he's developing in his head. He crosses out dogs, puts in cats.
So as long as I bark, they won't eat me. Got it.
yeah.
Dwarves
Well,
eat-
dogs serve a purpose.
Dwarves
Cats
eat
are just
elves.
there.
Man.
Dwarves eat elves eat minotaur, someone eats humans. and obviously kobolds eat cats. We're slowly building it out, a food web.
Alright, we moving forward?
Yep.
Alright. Well,
Newson hops back into Lulin's arms.
R.I.P. my beautiful little
We'll
kobold
just
mercenaries.
We'll just give pets.
Hey, we know that they're there now, and we know
We
what
do.
they
It's
smell
not like they're
We-
going anywhere fast.
We could go find them if we wanted to.
They're gonna come back and they're gonna be like maybe another 100 yards out.
Alright.
Yeah.
Roll me another D100, somebody, as you continue on your way.
I've done 2 already. Someone else, please.
I'll roll it.
I'll
Nope.
beat you to it.
Fine, I guess.
Here, you can still roll me a D100 as well, Sky,
Okay.
for the weather.
Okay. Starts raining in the desert.
Wow, what luck! Just the
Damn, is-
perfect.
Is
just the
Dubai near?
We
It's
chose
luck until flash flood happens, and then we all die.
I'm trying to
True.
hang on, I'm trying to internally justify how hail would work in a desert.
I don't think it would because you need a lot of
Hails all the
moisture.
time in my state of residence. I don't know why I made that ominous. I clearly live in the Mormon state.
this.
Oh, that's
Mm.
This would be so much easier if we lived in the Feywild. You could just say it happens because of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me roll something real quick. Okay. Noted.
Noted.
Noted. All right. Would you
Noted.
roll an 83?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As you all continue forward, who is your, like, guide, so to speak? Who's making the survival checks to stay on course?
Elliot, who could fly up and see the city.
That does make sense.
Okay, roll me survival at advantage.
All right. At advantage.
Yay! Thank God for that.
So, Elliot, as you're looking out ahead of you, you see that you're about 5 hours away from the city. But as you've been flying up and down repeatedly, this time when you fly up, the wind feels more aggressive coming from the south behind you. And as you turn to look, you see a wall of something moving across the desert.
Is it a sandy storm?
It is a sandy storm. And it looks like a particularly large one.
Can we make it to the city before they show up? Before it shows up?
Roll me flat wisdom.
A flat wisdom.
Yeah.
But my wisdom is at least 3-dimensional. Sorry, I'm finding wisdom while I... A flat wisdom check.
You can definitely make it to the city before the storm if you find a way to double your speed.
So what you just told me is we cannot make it to the city before the storm unless we double our speed.
Yes.
Elliot's going down to the ground. We got a dirt mold, everybody. There's a storm coming. There's only one solution, and it's we dig, mold earth, make hard walls, and go deep and wait it out. Or we can double our speed and get to the city.
Or you can
Discuss.
or you can travel through the sandstorm, which, like, not the best case scenario, but it's possible.
option.
No, it's the worst case scenario. We don't do that here.
We don't?
Okay. Lulin's going to mold earth with you. And then I'm also going to, once we get it big enough, I'm going to create water and harden the walls.
Yeah, you know, big rocks kind of count as hail, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Sure.
It's rock hail, obviously.
Rock on.
Yeah, well, I'm going to work with Lulin on building a proper underground shelter.
Yeah, I'm going to cast that at second level. Create more gallons of water.
Newsom like
And-
hops down and like tries to kick up some sand onto the walls with her tiny little legs.
Rock, what are you doing?
Looking at my features real quick to see if I can, because I don't have a lot of spell slots left.
All right. As you all kind of finish this bubble of shelter, you still have... It does not take you long to build this bubble of shelter. Probably fitting 3 people at roughly the rate... It probably only takes you like 20 minutes to build this shelter, so you still have time before the sandstorm hits. If there's anything else you want to do.
With the amount of time that we've created underground shelters, I think we're pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, you're pretty efficient.
Elliot will make some tea.
With what water?
What do you mean with
I-
what water?
I created
They
water.
have a can. They have a
I mean, I
canteen.
created 20 gallons of water.
Also, I think
I think
pretty
you all
sure
filled
that-
your canteens before you left anyways. Alright.
We did.
So are you making a fire inside this enclosed shelter? Are you using Lulin's, like, hot scale?
What do you mean? Elliot could cook water with magic.
Oh yeah, Elliot has heat metal. I always forget about this.
Yeah,
I also have create bonfire as a cantrip, so
we don't want a bonfire, not inside.
you know, fair.
Susan lays down to chew on the meat stick. She's really trying to embrace her dog life.
As the entire room starts to smell like meat.
Yep.
Are you leaving any windows at all in this shelter, or like any way to see out of it?
Lulin would make 2 air vents, and he would judge kind of like which way the storm is blowing, and he would create like little domes over top of them, so that way the dust would not seep in; it would just kind of flow over.
I mean more of, are you leaving yourselves any way to see out of this shelter? Like with your eyes?
I think Lulin would leave a small dog hole sized hole, but not like shredded. It would be like
So the rat can get out.
yes, so the rat can get out.
I know I have ghostly gaze, so
That's true.
I should just be able. I can just look through the stone we've made.
Okay. Are you going to use it for the long rest today? Technically, you didn't have a long rest last night. Didn't you use Ghostly Gaze in the sewers already?
You know, that's right. I forgot that I finally got to use it there, so I can't use it until after a long rest.
All right.
So we're just...
Are you poking your head out the rat hole, Dusan?
Why would I immediately? I mean, I guess.
Like, what I suppose I should say, you all kind of waiting here. Elliot makes tea. Everybody's enjoying a nice meal, and you hear the kind of click of pieces of sand bouncing off your shelter as the storm envelops you all, and you hear the wind ripping outside as you hear something crack loudly, and then you hear thunder somewhere near your little shelter.
Thunder?
Because fun fact for people who don't know, sandstorms can generate their own electricity.
That's fun. I did not know that. That is a fun fact.
Yeah, sandstorms have lightning in them sometimes.
Yeah, no, I'm not
lot
gonna
of
stick my
times.
head out of the hole if it sounds like it's there's a fucking sandstorm outside. I don't want to go blind.
All right. After a couple hours, the sandstorm passes, and you are all free to finish your trip to Zraya. How are you approaching the city?
Walking.
Yeah. Being carried.
Allow me to
Trained.
rephrase. Knowing that there's a bunch of potentially hostile Warforged and still the risk of a spell plague, are you approaching carefully, or are you walking right up to a gate?
Deferring to the party.
Nose goes.
Should I just? I can. I could just be a dog and walk up. You think the Warforged would smush me?
Yes.
Damn it! I'm a dog though.
Yeah, but you're a magical dog.
They don't know that, do they?
Unlikely.
Like, as we approach, do we see Warforged like around the gates?
Roll perception.
Okay. We open the dog's perception.
Is that
Okay.
for all of us or just Newson?
Anyone who wants to.
Got it. I don't see shit. I'm too busy thinking about the weather patterns in my own place, just being like, it's kind of like that dust storm that happens every couple years.
Isaac, you are having a struggle time today with your rolls. My God.
You can't be godly every day.
Yeah.
So Newson and Elliot, as you come up over the last ridge before the city and you look out at the massive white walls of Zraya, You see that surrounding the city are Warforged in kind of scattered groups. They're not all piled against the walls like they were. But you also see many of them are grouped up around the path leading to the gate, except for what seems to be a small moving group in the center of the Warforged that they seem to be keeping their distance from and moving out of the way of as it approaches the gate.
Well, there's definitely Warforged, but it kind of seems like we should just be able to walk out. I mean, we're none of us are like full elves. I don't know why they'd come after us, you know?
True. And they would probably recognize my voice. I did, like, shout at them as their souls were being retethered.
True. They might be stoked to see you. I think we should probably just walk up normally. If I'm embracing my dogness, dogs are usually like people, like always. So I feel
mean,
like
they're good. They're good judges of character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've met a person who a dog didn't trust, and they not be.
Remind you that even though they are in a dog form, it is still Newson, who has a very bad track record with trusting the right people.
No.
Yeah.
Karak doesn't know that, though.
Nope.
Elliot
Karak
has a
doesn't
very
know
bad
that.
track record of trusting Nizam's judgment, so he's sending it.
Karak just trusts the party wholeheartedly at this point. He survived things that he never thought he could survive with them.
Newson does everything with a confidence that people just decide to follow.
Newson, you begin, I suppose, strutting your way down this hill towards these Warforged.
I don't even know if you could call it a strut. It's probably like half sliding because it's sandy. And this tiny little dog, like, she's still getting used to, like, walking on all fours and stuff.
As you reach the edge of these kind of groups of Warforged, you see that all of them are turned and watching you, but they are trying to keep a certain distance away from you. You see that many of the Warforged surrounding the path look just like Warforged you've seen before. They're metallic, their eyes like slightly glow. But other than that, if you saw them from a distance, they'd be indistinguishable from somebody wearing a very like close-fitting suit of armor. But the Warforged that seem to be isolated in groups farther from the road, it seems like from all of their seams, they're glowing red.
See, maybe it's just my experience with Caliban, but red, glowing, like fire-hot energy is just...
I don't remember. You guys haven't seen anyone with the spell plague yet, have you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are any of you saying anything to each other or to these Warforged as you pass through the like a quarter-mile line of them?
Rock's not talking unless someone else talks.
Newsom's just adjusting to being 7 inches tall and having to look so far up.
That is fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I feel like maybe Elliot's shooting the shit. Just like, wow, a lot of folk out here.
Yeah, you can say that again.
A lot of folk out here.
Wow, you can say that again.
I won't, though.
I appreciate it. The joke can only happen so many times.
Lulin, what are you doing?
I think with the perception of 7. I think Lulin's keeping a close eye on Newson because dog. And I think he's also thinking about. He's mostly thinking about the distance that we have to keep from the Warforged if they do carry the spell plague. So he's not necessarily looking at anything, but more so a judgmental distance. And I think that's both of those things are just using up all of his eyesight and brain power.
All right. As you all approach the large gates of Zarea, standing like 40 feet high, you can see elves with bows along the walls kind of looking down. And you see a small group of people huddled in front of the door. As you approach, you can hear one of them screaming, "Hey, assholes, we're back. Are you ready to open the door yet? You told us yesterday if we made it through the night, we could come in. Are you ready to open the door?" And Lulin, Newson, and Elliot, it is the unmistakable voice of your favorite idiot. Just yelling up at the elves. Around him, you see some other familiar faces. You see Wilhelm sitting on top of his crab, just fiddling with something. Just kind of every once in a while glancing up at the door and like leaning in to look at a part of it and then going back to fiddling. You see, oh, where's my list of Elliot's exes?
I imagine he sees Elodie.
Yeah.
He does see Elodie. I need the rest of the X's, though.
We need the florist.
Yeah.
Rose, I think was her
Rose is also there. As well as a bunch of people you don't recognize. It does seem like Elodie and Rose are taking their time to kind of entertain a group of children, which seems to make up the large majority of this group. A large majority of this group are under the age of 10.
Is Breton with them?
Breton is not with them.
No,
Brent's probably underwater with his family.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on whether he was there during the spell plague. We don't know.
Yeah,
for the
but
record, my favorite idiot is Elrond.
Yes. That is who he was talking about.
correct.
Just gotta verify, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure.
As you're approaching the gate, you hear one of the elves yell down in common something about them not being let in before Elrond points back and goes, "You said that yesterday. Don't you make me come up there." As you see that he's still wearing the gauntlets and boots that Wilhelm built for him to take on the boat. Which, if you remember what those allow him to do, it's pretty much double jumping. As you all approach the gate behind him, and he seems completely... The rest of the group kind of looks up at you, and Elodie and Rose, like, kind of perk up when they see you all, but Elrond seems completely intent on yelling at this guard until either the guard comes down to do something about it, or they open the gate.
Elliot's gonna yell at the guard, "I'll come up there too!"
Yeah! Elliot will come up there, and then you watch Elrond, like, snap 180 degrees and look at you all.
Hello.
Oh my god. What happened to everybody else? Lulin, Elliot, where is everyone?
They died.
They die. Oh. Damn it.
Alright, that might be in poor taste. Newson's the dog. Lyra's
Oh my god, you named...
soul is out.
Newson died and you named a dog after her?
No.
Yes.
Newson is... When you say yes, like, Lulin, like, narrows his eyes and
Strange
stops
magic.
talking and just lets you keep talking.
Newsom like spins in a couple circles and keeps barking.
Yeah, Newsom.
Good girl.
Lilin like gets down. He's like, okay, sit.
Newsom like gives you like the dirtiest look she could give you as a dog.
Come on, Newsom, roll over.
That is.
She walks away and like kicks some sand behind her.
See? Newsom.
She had the same attitude too.
I just don't even. And oh no, he kind of looks at Karak. What happened to Lyra?
Well, that's an interesting story that I don't think I'm qualified to tell.
Do you not remember what happened to you?
I'm not Lyra.
Oh,
My name's Karak. I'm new. As Karak just extends a hand out for like a handshake.
Yeah, Alrond. As he like grabs your hand, and it's very clear that he's not trying to do it on purpose like an asshole,
Yeah.
but he damn near crushes your hand when he shakes it.
You are strong.
What?
I know.
Oh,
I know.
shit. My bad. I should really take these gloves off sometimes.
Oh, trust me. I
can't take them off when I have to go up there and beat someone's ass. As he turns around and points back up the wall, you see the guard just like slowly just pick an arrow up and hold it in his offhand.
I know the party has talked a lot about.
What the hell are you
A lot
gonna
of good
do with
things.
that?
Me or him?
You!
I mean, if he shoots the arrow at me, I'll throw it back.
Wait, no, I was definitely talking to the guard.
Yeah.
Oh, that was definitely Alrond asking you.
Oh. Definitely talking to the guard.
If he attempts to climb the gates, he will be shot.
Good luck.
What? Wow.
Why-
You guys
why
are
are-
confident.
Why aren't they being let in?
Because the quarantine is still in place.
That's fantastic.
And
Open
have you
the door,
checked
check.
anybody?
We can go through. We can be checked. That's a thing.
By orders
Pretty
of
sure.
House Gallendale, the gates have been sealed.
Fucking Gallendale.
Gallentel, bunch of assholes.
I
Karak
could just
sent-
teleport through the gate.
Karak just sends like a mental message to Elliot, being like, "Are you able to give like an edict as the head of Burning Oak House or something?"
Nah, not with
Probably.
the gates.
Aw, shame.
Well, if you're gonna shoot us for going over the wall, I guess we have to go under it. Let's start digging, boys. As Elliot just starts molding earth.
Newsom like runs up to the gate and starts digging a little hole.
Wait, Newson, you're digging a hole?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How frantically?
First Newson.
Yep.
How frantically?
Like at a normal digging pace.
You begin to see the void open at the bottom of the hole.
Perfect. No. Lutlin, hit the wall.
As you're all digging under the wall, anyone who's not digging, roll me perception. At
Okay.
advantage.
While
Digging
they're
in what way?
At anybody who is not
Elliot
focused
is, like,
on
kicking with
digging.
his feet.
Oh, okay.
He's focused.
Elliot's being an asshole about it. I understand.
Yeah.
And Newsom's a 7-inch dog.
Karak's just saying here like It's like I still haven't figured out exactly how they make their decisions on just doing this stuff.
So,
Just confused.
Lulin, you notice. We'll keep Newson and Elliot's perception checks from the last one. Lulin, you're focused on the group of people who are kind of glancing between you all and the walls as they look up at the walls and kind of panic for a moment. As the rest of you see all of the guards on top of the walls, even though you're not seriously do anything, all knock arrows. They haven't drawn their bows yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
but they've all knocked arrows, and it seems like there's more guards moving down the walls. But you also hear something mechanical behind you.
What is
As
mechanical.
you turn around and see that the Warforged are all standing behind you, staring up at the walls. Almost in orderly lines. We cannot open the gate.
But like, I have a meeting I gotta get to. There's like a whole planned.
Pretty important.
Yeah, we gotta like. There's a coup. You may have heard about it.
Is it an official coup?
News
I don't know
and
if it's
barks.
official.
I
Well,
feel like
relay.
if you announce it's a coup, it's no longer a coup.
Well, people are trying to pick sides. I don't think it's going to be successful, but I'd love to be in there and like make sure my brother doesn't get murdered.
Yeah.
If you wish to be escorted inside, we can send for a porter to come retrieve you.
A porter.
Well,
Elliot, you would know that porters are those who can cast teleportation circle for those who can't cast it themselves.
So
don't do that for everyone.
porter.
I mean, I guess did the door break?
The doors cannot be opened because of what is behind you.
The Warforged? They're chill.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
I feel like is it persuasion or is it deception?
I think Elliot
thinks
believes
they're
it.
chill.
Oh, okay. Elliot believes it.
I
Got it.
think Elliot
Yeah.
believes what he's saying.
That,
They're chill.
why?
Nice.
Well then,
I need
And I
to-
did in fact click disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
you did.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom save against that.
I support that.
I mean,
Elliot says it with such confidence.
you watch
They're
as
chill.
he like leans over to a guard next to him, and they begin whispering. And Elliot, you know, you've practiced your lip reading recently,
Yep.
so he's like, well, I mean, they haven't attacked him. Yeah, but I mean, what if he's one of them? I don't know. I don't think this many would show. I also don't think they ever made Warforged that looked like kids.
They think that the people are warforged? What are these guys, morons?
Well,
My
he had a
God.
-2 to wisdom, so yes.
Damn.
Oh no.
Oh man, finally someone with a lower wisdom than me.
I mean, should we call the captain of the guard and ask him? I don't know. I mean, last time we called him, he called us idiots and threatened to throw us off the wall. Yeah, but like this seems pretty serious. Like, what if we let him in and he's wrong? I mean, he's probably gonna kill us anyways. But like, we won't get thrown off a wall. Like, I don't know. What do you think? Should we open the? We'll play. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't think we should. I think we should. You know what? Why don't we? You be open the gate. I'll be not open the gate. We'll play boulder paper shears. You watch these
Right,
guys
guys.
begin playing rock
I
paper
give it a
scissors.
50-50 shot.
How so do I have to actually dig a hole to get it to open my hole up, or is it just like is it just with how frantically like I do
It
the
seems
digging
like you
motion?
actually have to dig a hole,
Okay.
or have the intention of digging a hole in something that you can dig a hole in.
Okay.
Which means, like, worst case scenario, a couch cushion would probably work.
Okay.
As you watch these two idiots begin playing rock, paper, scissors at the top of the wall, and, who wants to play rock, paper, scissors with me in the dice roller?
I've got
is that
it.
a thing you can do?
1 and 2 beat 3 and 4, 3 and 4 beat 5 and 6, 5 and 6 beat 1 and 2.
Ah,
A D6 it is.
Alright.
I'll let Elliot do. I'll let Isaac
Rock,
do that.
boulder, paper,
Who am I
shears.
rolling for?
Which one do you want to roll for?
I don't care.
Oh, I'll public roll these.
Yeah.
Tie.
Oh, oh they
Tie.
both picked Boulder.
I mean,
I'll
it's a
roll for the
solid
guy
choice.
who's gonna call the guard.
Boulder again.
Tie. These guys
Wait,
are in it.
Does 4...
3 and 4 are both parchment. 5 and 6
No.
are both shears, and 1 and 2 is both boulder.
Why not just roll a D3?
Then you gotta type it every time.
You could just copy and
Exactly.
paste.
That's true.
dude.
We can roll a d3.
Oh, dear
No
God.
way.
Oh no!
Look, how much is it sand at the bottom of this of the gate?
It seems to be, but you don't know how far down into the sand the walls go.
Well, the gate has to be able to swing open, right?
Yes, the bottom of the gate has sand underneath it. All right, you won one. Roll me one more. You just have to beat him one more time.
Doing a best 2 of 3 scenario here.
Well, actually,
Oh
I just
my
have to. I
God.
just have to beat you one more time. But oh,
lost-
it's 50-50.
The next one's the one.
It's another tie.
This is absurd.
Newsom's gonna start digging in the sand, but not frantically enough to, like, open the portal and see if she can squeeze under the gate.
As Newson, you manage to make a small enough hole under this gate for you to squeeze through.
Mm-hmm.
As Elliot, you hear them go, okay, I won. So we're not getting the guard captain. We're just going to open the gate. We're going to trust him. The Warforged are probably chill. They haven't attacked anyone. We'll take them in, and then, I don't know. I mean, we're not trained on quarantine procedures. Do we have the bag of spell scrolls here somewhere? As you see, like, these two idiots, like, go down and they start talking to other guards. There's other guards are looking at them like, there's no fucking way.
There's no fucking way.
As after a minute, it seems like whether they have authority or not, they're either bringing people down to their level and beating them with experience, or just generally being charismatic as the gates begin to swing open.
Listen, what low
Newsom's
wisdom,
just
high
standing
charisma.
as a dog on the opposite side.
Yeah, Newson, as you squeeze out from under this gate, you begin feeling it push against you as it opens inwards.
Yeah. She, like, runs around the edge of it to be in the middle.
Elliot, as
Good job, Newsom.
all of you
I did it!
as all of you enter the gates, you see all of the guards standing there, like, weapons drawn, but not enthusiastic, like, just kind of unsure of the situation, as one of them, like, looks around at the rest, waiting for someone to say something, and goes, come in? Slowly,
Thank you.
one at a time.
Elliot sort of like
That wasn't so hard.
guides the children in first.
Newsom barks and bounces around.
As you guide the children in, the guards begin going through the process of, like, handing the children spell scrolls and walking them through how to read them to see if they can cast the spell. You see on
I like
more
the
than
idea
one...
that these are just like assorted spell scrolls. Like one of them's firebolt, one of them's invisibility, one of them's create water.
And you see on more than one occasion as one of the guards, while trying to walk a child through how to read this, reads it themselves and casts the spell. As Elliot, you kind of have the understanding that in that moment of, oh, if any of these people do have the spell plague, this is going to break quarantine immediately.
Oh no.
Speaking of which, let me roll to see if anyone in this group has the spell plague.
No, good.
I'd like to kindly remind the DM that I am a paladin
Uh-huh.
and cannot be diseased.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about you as the rest of the city, my homeboy.
I know.
I cannot be diseased. What about everybody else, Newsom? Lulin?
Hey, I'm just being a dog.
They're not even.
Newsom.
When you get so mad at Lulin that you yell at Newton instead.
He's just so used to being mad at me that he can't fathom being mad at Lulin.
It's an impossibility.
Listen, they're the world's most perfect man.
Yeah, everyone has a bromance with Lulin. I get it.
I love that you guys say he's the world's most perfect man when, like, not even a week ago, betrayed
Literally,
the party.
literally, like yesterday or 2 days ago. Like that is the time frame.
As Elrond walks up, he kind of walks up to one of the guards as everybody's going in, the last one in his group before yours, and he just looks at one of the guards as he snatches the spell scroll out of his hand. Let me see what spell scroll he just grabbed. One of you roll me a D100. I feel like that'll be funnier.
Yeah.
Sky.
Let's go.
72.
Okay.
Here's a fireball or a disintegrate coming to somebody's way.
How about mass cure?
Mass cure.
Mm-hmm.
See, that seems like it'd be a really useful spell scroll to use.
True polymorph.
True polymorph.
I like the idea
True
that Elrond
polymorph.
casts true polymorph to turn into a wolf.
Into a
Mhm.
gate. Turn the guards into a gate.
Do a second gate that we have to convince more guards to let us through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As Elrond, like, rips this scroll out of this guy's hand, like, obviously very frustrated that he has to do this, he opens it up, and I don't know if you guys should be surprised by this, we'll get the reactions after, but he reads it flawlessly through the first time, as you see a silent image appear about 10 feet in front of him of Elrond just mercilessly beating this guard.
Oh, wow.
As
Dramatic.
you watch him turn and look at the guard, did I pass? As this guard kind of just, yep, yes sir, you can carry on into the city.
Oh, man, that was impressive.
As all of you, who's going in first?
The dog's already in.
The dog is already in. They didn't even realize the dog was a person.
Dog
Yeah.
doesn't
I
even
think-
have to do anything.
Yeah, I think Lulin would have scooped up Newson and would have walked in first.
Well, Newsom was already inside.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
Lulin would follow.
I dug under the gate and then they opened them. But if you pick me up, I am gonna bark at every guard right in their face as we go by.
Lulin, as you walk in, they hand you a spell scroll of magic missile. Sir, if you could...
Yeah. Lulin's gonna I'm gonna give you a show. Lulin's gonna toss a cracked plate, like a frisbee, into the air. He's just gonna cast magic missile and shoot the plate.
Oh, okay. I see that you're have a good day, sir. Next.
and Lulin walks past him to make sure that his gigantic hammer is in eyesight with the guard.
Next.
Should it be me or you, Elliot?
Go on.
Okay. And Karak just walks forward, and ready for quarantine inspection.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so-
you. Sir, if you could just stand right there.
Of course.
If you could, here, take the spell scroll, and he hands you a scroll of enlarge reduce.
Huh.
If you could
Karak
just,
kind of just
Noosa
looks.
jumps around enthusiastically and barks.
Karak, I think that is exactly what Karak is going to do. Is just going to shoot the. It's going to cast enlarge on. I have
Okay,
the ability to do
but
the funniest
would-
thing, but I'm not.
I was gonna say, you have the potential to do the funniest thing ever here.
Reduce
You know
the
what? I
guard.
could. You know what? I'm gonna roll to see if Karak would
It's
do that or not.
50-50.
Okay, evens I do it, evens I do enlarge, odds I do reduce.
Oh, thank God.
Evens are enlarge. Karak just zaps the dog in Lulin's hand and just casts enlarge. First time he's ever used that spell, so that's gonna be fun.
Musin, you have now become approximately Aurora-sized.
How many times does enlarge duplicate your size?
It's
Like-
just a 2x,
It's just,
I thought.
it's, yeah,
Oh, I
it's,
would-
it just sends you
Just-
from small to medium.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
It
Doesn't-
brings you up by one size category.
Isn't a medium like that's like what people are considered, right?
Yeah, but it's also what normal dogs are considered.
Ah, okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could
I'm a
say you
normal
were
dog
tiny. We
size.
could say you were tiny and just boost you up to small.
We can do whatever.
I mean,
Considering I'm only like 7 inches, so
I
Yeah,
think that,
you
yeah,
grow to approximately 1.5 feet tall.
So you do go from tiny to small.
yeah.
You are now
Lucy
the
is
long
so
dog.
excited, and then the spell hits her. She looks at herself and she's like, "Oh, like
Karak just
she
giving
was
a
ready to be
thumbs
like
up
a giant dog, and it didn't happen."
Karak just giving a thumbs up to News and being like, bigger!
Yeah, I guess so. She can now hop higher, so that's good. She's now the world's largest Yorkie.
Elliot, as you go to approach last, you hear a metallic voice behind you. May I go first?
Who is it?
As you
Just a
turn around, it
Warforged?
seems to be one of the Warforged.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. As it turns and begins walking into the gate, as you see all the guards, like, go from stupid to scared and stupid.
So true.
Did the rest of us notice this change?
Absolutely you do. They are drawing weapons, pointing spears, knocking arrows and bows. As the Warforged walks in, good evening. I am willing to cast my spell. As the guard kind of looks around, looks back, like, holding a sword out, like, reaches into a bag in his waist and pulls out a spell scroll. As he just kind of holds it out, and this Warforged takes it, reads it as a dazzling array of flashing colored lights springs forward from their hands, and you watch all the guards start diving for cover.
It's just color, guys.
Elves
okay.
try not to be speciest. Impossible challenge.
Oh, that is a delightful light show.
I believe I have passed your quarantine rules. Thank you for your time. As the Warforged goes to walk into the city, and it seems like all the guards are too stunned and concerned to stop it.
Honestly, go off, King.
That was cool.
Cool.
Elliot, you hear another metallic voice. May I go next?
Yeah.
And
Sure,
as
of
you...
course.
Are you turning to, like, fully look this time?
Yeah.
It seems like there's about 500 Warforged who have formed themselves into an orderly line.
Nice.
Seems like the ideal case scenario.
Grok just like looks at the guards and just like, how can you be scared of that? They're lining up for you.
Orderly.
They have a better rank and file than you do right now.
We need to... Sir, you, the blonde one, you can come in, and then we need to close the gate and call the captain of the guard.
What? Why?
Because this is fucking weird, and we don't know what to do in this situation, so if you can just come pass your test.
We gotta quarantine them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but... sir, please just step through the gate.
Here, give me a moment, guys. Sorry. As Elliot sort of steps forward.
As you step through the gate, you see 3 of the guards like run over to the gatehouse to begin closing it. Okay, sir, if you could just cast this spell scroll.
Oh, okay, what do we got here?
That's really funny. It's detect magic.
Elliot will cast detect magic with the scroll.
Elliot, as you cast detect magic, you can feel the magic coming off of the Warforged behind you. And it is very orderly. But it also seems like it's a very weird feeling because you're feeling like you're touching like you're seeing the individual magic of all of the Warforged, but then it seems to merge together and split back up.
Interesting.
But you also detect from one of the shopkeepers who's sitting back in the town watching all this happening at the gate, enchantment magic coming off a club under their counter.
A club?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Take note of that. And then I'll turn back to the guards. All right, I passed your test. Now, I told you the Warforged were chill.
Yes, and we let one in, but protocol was to remove all Warforged from the city. So we're just going to call the captain of the guard. He'll come down here. He'll sort all this out.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine. You and your friends, you all pass quarantine. You're good to head into the city. I guess. I think that's how that works.
What they mean by sorting it out is they'll probably kill that one that they let in, and they'll lock the rest of them out.
Or throw them over the wall. Right back
That
into
would
the
imply
sand.
that they could move it.
True.
I sure hope they don't try to get rid of the one that's already in the city.
Yeah, he proved himself.
Because,
Newson's hanging out with that Warforged.
Elliot sort of looks back towards the guards. That sounds like it would be a direct attack on the house Burning Oak.
House burning up. Somebody go get me the ledger. Sorry, just one second, sir. They run over with like a big book and he opens it up. House Burning Oak, House Burning Oak, House Calendel, House Olificer, House Burning Oak.
Yeah,
Well, it's
right down there at the
definitely
bottom.
yeah. It's here.
The ink's probably fresh at this point.
Yeah, it seems like somebody put a footnote in here. Well, and obviously, if you feel that any direct guard action is an attack against your house, you can take that up with House Gallandel. Take it before the King's Court. That whole deal. But we did have something for you. What is it? Hey, where's that message? Guys, as he's kind of like turning around, where's that message that came? As the incompetence continues. And
Krok's just sighing because
Rule.
seeing so many guards that are supposed to be in charge of things just
As soon as they
not
figure
be
out
on
their
top
shit,
of it.
let me know. As Elliot goes over to one of the shopkeepers, to the shopkeeper with the enchanted globe.
Rule 8.
Elven bureaucracy is bullshit, but you gotta live with it.
Mm-hmm.
all right. While you head over there, since it is 9 o'clock, we're going to do our quick bio break.
Yay!
So we will see everybody in a moment. Did all of the dressing up in the cube stuff work, by the way?
I've been seeing it work.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. We will see everyone in a minute. All right, we're back. As these guards are running around and Elliot's running to find the note. Or no, Elliot's going to check on the shopkeeper. As the guards are running around searching for the note like chickens with their heads cut off. As you walk up to this shopkeeper pulls like a variety of just like flea market knickknacks. Oh, hello. Welcome to the shop.
You know, the last time I saw people with enchanted weapons hidden, they attacked me. You gonna attack me?
I have no intention of attacking you, sir.
That's good to know. What are you selling here?
Now, just some knickknacks, some woodworking figurines, some things I've been doing in my spare time.
Show me your woodworking.
He pulls out kind of like a box full of like these small bird statuettes.
Oh,
All very obviously whittled. Some better done than others.
Elliot's gonna look for a little owl.
Aw.
Roll me investigation.
It doesn't bode well for quality.
Mm-hmm. You can't just see that it's an owl.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem. You manage after some time to find something in this bucket that is probably like a barn owl, but could also just be something where he accidentally chopped the beak off.
Checks out. What's the cost of this little guy?
Ah, 3 coppers, sir.
Sounds like a great deal. As Elliot reaches into his bag of holding to pull out 3 kappa.
He takes the small wooden figurine and pulls out like the kind of like cheesecloth type deal,
Mm-hmm.
and just wraps it up real quick and ties it off with a piece of twine.
Perfect.
All right, thank you for your business, sir.
And thank you for yours. As he sort of heads back towards the party.
As you head back towards the party, you see them run up to Lulin and Karak and hand them a note before one of them runs off to presumably to find the captain of the guard somewhere.
Rock just looks at their note.
It is a sealed note that is sealed with a white wax emblem of the number 2.
In Leland's?
I think
Or was it one?
it was one
singular?
note handed to both
Got
of
it.
you.
Yeah, it was just
Oh.
handed to you in general. Because Elliot had
Why
wandered
wasn't
off.
it handed to the dog? Imagine.
Because dogs don't get mail.
They should. They deserve it.
But to be
I'd
fair,
send mail
dogs
to a dog.
try and take the mailman. So.
Oh my god, should I hook my Doug to Aurora's collar so they can walk around as besties all day?
Yes, definitely.
I'll send you a video for the new ad campaign.
R.I.P. Doug.
Karok's just gonna be like, well, it's mail, and proceeds to go ahead and break the seal and open it up. It's mail.
Do some more.
It wasn't for you.
Then why did they hand it to me?
Because they said it was for Elliot, but he's not here.
They didn't say that. They handed it to me, and then they went off.
Oh, Lord.
I like how this is Karak talking to a dog.
Yep.
Everybody's, like, barking, it's
News
like-
is just barking at him.
It's like, what do you mean? They handed it to me. It's like, but
Croc.
Just because it got handed to
Rock.
you doesn't mean it's for you.
Croc. Croc.
sorry.
Rock.
1 second. Yes, Lulin.
Lulu's gonna like lean in like real close. You're talking to a dog in the open public.
Well, I've done weirder. Croc just like passes the note to Lulin. It's just like, They really shouldn't hand people things and not say where it's going to go.
Lilith's going to flip it over so like the seal side is facing down. Does it say who it's to?
It does not.
Okay.
I feel vindicated right now. I feel happy about that.
Lilith's gonna like looking down at Newson, look back at Croc. I mean, there's no to address, so
All right, fine. Look, if Elliot doesn't want to fight with me and wants to fight with you for opening his mail, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Yeah, I agree. As Alron walked up, you guys should not open Elliot's mail. I, on the other hand, as he snatches it out of Lulin's hand and flips it open and pulls the note out.
He doesn't understand me.
Roll that athletics.
I think he was mostly talking to
In
Lulin.
context.
Yeah, because he believes that you're Newsin.
Just getting
And
the
also,
general
bold of
idea
you to
what you're
assume as a
saying.
true werewolf, he doesn't speak dog.
Well, you acted as if he didn't understand me previously.
He just doesn't believe you're real.
And I was gonna say, Elliot specifically said I wasn't Newson, that I'm a dog named after Newson, so...
You're totally right.
Yeah.
Then he's just going to take the note without saying anything and open it. And yes, I'll roll you your athletics check.
Well, you gotta be a 13, which I feel like is very doable.
I'm actually going to roll you a sleight of hand check.
That's fair.
I didn't roll that publicly, did I?
No.
We shall re-roll!
Damn.
As he opens it up, and in all of Alron's gracefulness, to my son, I hear you've been looking for me. We've recently arrived in the city. You can find us at the Velvet Chalice Tavern, signed Arendelle Iron Hollow. Who's Arendelle Iron Hollow?
Oh, that's my dad, as Elliot walks back into the group.
Oh.
Wait,
I thought your
I
dad...
told them not to open it. Nobody listens to the dog.
to be fair, you told
There
me
is
that
no-
after they handed it to me with no to address.
But they said, "Oh, Burning Oak, we have a letter for them."
And that was so
Burning
long
Oak.
ago.
It wasn't that long. If a dog, a 7-inch dog, can remember that, a whole ass person should be able to remember that. Okay?
Alron,
You have
like...
too much faith in me.
Alron walks up next to you, Karak, and he, like, looks at you and narrows his eyes, and he looks down at the dog.
Is barking like aggressively and pointedly at Karak.
Are you arguing with the dog?
Yes. Like we said, the
Oh.
dog is
And-
literally...
And Elliot, you're sure this isn't Newson?
No, it is.
You said it wasn't.
I was joking.
I mean,
How do I know you're not? How do I know you're not joking now? I mean, it sure argues like Newson.
Yeah, that's enough.
It really does.
Can I have my letter?
She growls.
Yeah, here you go. As he holds out the letter in the unsealed envelope.
Thanks. Cool.
Yeah, no, happy to help. So wait. Where is Lyra then?
Grok just looks at the only two people who can actually talk to them and is like, don't make me explain this. I'm the new person.
Brock will tell you on the way.
All right, new guy, tell me a tale. As he like puts an arm over your shoulders and begins
All right.
walking, and he's kind of like guiding you, like you can walk with him, but it's also very clear that it's not exactly a suggestion.
Yeah. Well, we made it to the Elven City. This is my first time being here, by the way. Lovely place.
Yeah, same here.
people
Like,
here-
I don't know. It's kind of really hot. Like, the sun's beating down a lot. Like, oh, you should have been where I'm from. Shady all the time. It was great until the tree fell over. Then it wasn't that great anymore. But I only like heard about that. I was in a prison camp. It's a long story, but
Ooh.
yeah, it was real bad. They like messed with my brain a whole bunch. I got a bunch of tattoos. Apparently, I was killing people for the Elven military. Oh, it was a great time. You know, I barely remember a thing about it. But anyways, yeah, it's really hot here. You were
How
telling a
does Karak
story.
react to that entire message, especially the military camp brainwashing, etc., etc.?
I don't know.
That
How
last
does
bit is
Karak
big-
react to it? You haven't met Elrond. This is pretty par for the course for him.
Karak's just like, that was a lot. Then again, the past week has been a lot. I've only been here a short while. Been a crazy week. Weirdly shady where I'm from as well. I'll have to tell you all about it after we get to this. We were here. My brain's actually blanking on why we were here in the first place, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. I just don't remember things.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. Anyway, we were at this party and we heard tell that you and a fair number of the people where you were from were in danger.
Oh God, you went to a party with them? How did that go?
I got sad at a group of people who I wanted to punch, and then after the party, we ended up fighting someone very, very powerful who didn't want us trying to help you. And during that fight, Lyra got very badly injured. From what we
As
alive.
you look at him, he's just like nodding. Like almost like he doesn't realize he's doing it, but it's very concerning to see in the context of him just like, yeah, that sounds about right.
And then, from what we understand, or at least according to what Lulin has said, they are alive, but they aren't. It's like the lights are on, but no one's home.
Oh. Wow.
Hopefully they come back soon, but we're not sure when or if that will happen.
Okay. Sounds... Wow, this is going to be a really weird thing to say, but kind of sounds like a normal party for them.
Yeah, they gave me that. They gave me that. That it seemed like that afterwards to them.
Let me tell you about my last party with them. So...
Oh, do tell. I love a good story.
I'm one of Lyra's house guards, and of all the things that they could invite me to, it had to be a party. Had to be, of course, it was an Elvish party. It was at the most boring fucking place. So there was this museum, and they all go to the party at this museum, and everything is totally fine. And they kind of like step out, and they're acting weird, but they're always acting weird. You know what I mean? Like we all got our quirks. But
I mean, I've been here for about a week. It's definitely been strange, but weirdly, I'm fitting in.
yeah, honestly, one of them turning into a dog, not even the first time it's happened. So I'm really not that worried about it.
Yeah, I saw firsthand with Elliot. Bit of a scare for me. Did not expect that.
Look, everybody else mostly chooses to turn into a dog. I didn't choose this.
I don't think Elliot chose during that time either.
Well, yeah, usually he chooses. Just that one time he didn't.
That was scary. He tried. It was the middle of the night. I was taking watch. Tried to bite me. Thankfully, did not happen. I'm not quite sure what would have happened because I don't.
That's not a dog. That's a werewolf. No, I'm talking about Lulin. Lulin turns into a dog sometimes.
Yeah, I'm kind of a druid.
Anyways, as I was saying, so they all leave this party, and I'm like, well, I'm here, meeting the girlfriend's parents. Real fancy shit. I don't even know why I was there. I should probably reach out to them now that we're in the city. I'm sure Elodie will take care of it. I'm not really that worried about it. But anyways, so maybe we should. I mean, we got to deal with the kid. Never mind. So anyways, I have to stay at this museum, and I get bored, so I kind of sneak off and go, find someone to talk to. And I find this dude sitting on a balcony by himself. Seems like a real good dude. He had like the greenest eyes. It was kind of wild. Anyways, I'm standing next to this dude at a party that they all left, and this dude just fucking explodes. If I hadn't have shifted Like as soon as I saw the flash, I'd be cooked. I wouldn't have had to deal with anything at the gates. But yeah, and then, eventually they showed back up. They're like helpful people, but like, yeah, I don't think I've been to a party with them where somebody hasn't died. So the fact that Lyra's like only kind of dead is kind of a win numbers wise.
Well, I mean, she did die. You kind of sugarcoated it. She died, and then we brought her back, but she decided not to come back.
I feel like it's best to talk about where we currently are and not what could have been.
Well, that's just true. She died, we brought her back, and then she decided not to come back. Completely, anyway.
Croc just doesn't
Really
know how to
wish I
respond
could
to
understand your dog.
that. Honestly, it would probably make things a whole lot easier.
You got like potion places in this city, right? Hang on, Elliot, how common are potion places in this shit?
Elliot literally just points to like the left side of the street, down the street, like 2 blocks.
Alright.
Right there.
Can I cast Speak with Animals at a higher level to instead not target myself, but to target him?
I'm gonna say
the
no,
spell is-
but I'll explain why.
Okay.
It's because we already have a person in the campaign who has magic that works like that as a player, and it's because of a very specific mechanical thing.
Got it.
So I'm gonna keep that just for them for now. Having said that, you could try to link your magic with whatever latent magic Elrond has and cast the spell through that. Should we make that one of the things that linked magic could do? Do you all like that?
I mean,
you can cast touch spells that would normally only be able to be cast on yourself on the person you're connected to.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool, because you are connected to them via magic, so...
Or you could just let him run off into this potion shop that he's already beelining for.
Yeah, you can just let him fuck off. It's like
Let him have fun.
It's like a kid in a Candyland.
As he's like running and like accidentally knocking elves out of the way who seem like very distraught that somebody would even dare run on the streets of their city. Much less this
running in the street? How dare they?
much less this scruffy looking human. Well, elves live so long that they really never do anything with a sense of like urgency. Everything is done kind of just at a leisurely pace. So seeing somebody run is weird. Seeing a bunch of people pull out weapons and charge you, also weird.
So what I'm hearing right now is elves are the biggest procrastinators.
You've met Elliot. What do you think?
Well, they're half elf.
They're half procrastinator.
Yeah.
A half bastard.
But you guys have a couple moments to talk to everyone else in this group, because Elodie and Rose are still around.
Croc's just like...
Also, Wilhelm is still around.
Elliot's gonna go up to Elodie and Rose and be like, thanks, guys, so much for getting them out.
What do you mean? They got us out.
They did?
I mean...
How?
It was one of the kids who showed us the way into your underground door.
Oh.
But
that's good.
Thank you for not being mad that we kind of ruined your house.
All right. It's a project. It's a project house.
Well, it's going to be a lot more of a project now. We didn't really leave any windows on it. It's mostly just boards. We use the top of your piano to block off one of the doors.
Oh, that's all right. I don't like the piano. That being said, this kind of feels like it makes up for the credenza.
Yeah, no. Oh, sweetheart, you're never going to make up for the credenza.
What? I forgot a coaster like twice, okay? You decapitated my piano. It's not worth it.
Croc's just saying
it's
here
not
like,
worth it.
what the hell is a credenza?
Technically, Elrond decapitated your piano, and he said that he had every right as your house guard to do so.
He does. He does.
Also, I'm really happy you could never get into that little secret room, because I could smell the liquor you sent him. We're gonna have a talk
Oh,
about
what are you
that.
talking about? What? There was food too.
Mm-hmm. What would you say the ratio was?
3-1.
Yeah, liquor to food?
But that's about what he consumes.
Not these days. Not
Really?
not as much. He's had a
Well,
lot.
that's good to hear.
He's had a lot more responsibility since normal. You wouldn't. Well, I'm actually sure you wouldn't be surprised at how many elven families just kind of left their kids there when they ran back to the city.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
no.
fucked up.
It's not too surprised.
Krok's just sitting there remembering being sold, and it's just like, damn, problems here too.
I'm mad
But you
that
know,
everyone's acting like that's normal.
now he's got a whole bunch of kiddos to take care of.
That's true. Little
Seems like he did find something to drink though, as Alron stumbles out of this potion shop, like chugging just. It looks to be many more than one dose of Speak with Animals in this like jug of potion that he is just downing. As he kind of runs over, okay, speak.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. Why? You guys hear a squirrel?
Why? Why did you just drink a gallon of Speak with Animals?
It was the smallest size he sold.
That is a lie.
I don't know.
I mean,
Said he was like
to
a
be fair,
wholesaler or
it's-
something. Anyways, like, what's the worst that could... There's a bird up there somewhere. Wait, I can hear you. You are Newsin. Oh, come here, you little... As he, like, reaches down to grab you.
Hey, hold on.
Are you trying to dodge out of the way?
She starts like backing up, I think, but like not like in a earnest way, I think, sort of in like a joking way.
He, like, grabs you under your front paws and just lifts you up to the sky. Behold! I told you once long ago, in the beaten and battered, that one day I would hold Newton above my head in victory. And that day has come to pass.
What are you victorious over right now?
You can't escape.
I don't like this victory. She like wiggles a little bit.
Many people who are defeated do not.
All run! Throw it to me!
I'm not gonna throw news in. Are you out of your mind?
Why?
Yes, thank you.
She
Thank
throws
you.
me.
Yeah, she's never thrown. I've thrown you.
can I just say the rest of the party has said so many wonderful things about you, and I'm so happy to have gotten to meet you so far. You seem like a wonderful person to be around.
Oh yeah, thanks. You too? Roll ins.
You.
Yeah, they talk about they talk about you all the time.
Okay, let me roll an insight check.
The DC
Do I
is
have advantage?
the
Do I have
DC.
advantage?
You're not gonna need it. The DC is not high.
Got it. Hmm,
Oh, it was
I might have
higher than
needed
that though.
I might have needed it.
Nope, you believe that the party has talked about you to Elrond.
Aw, thank you guys. That's wonderful. I didn't expect you guys to fill everyone else in on me.
Anyways,
Definitely hasn't been the way with everybody else.
I'm not gonna throw news in because I don't have faith that you'll be able to catch her. But
Hey,
You could
yeah.
roll her.
huh?
What?
You could roll her.
Like a
Do not roll me. I'm still a person with autonomy just because I'm a little dog.
you're not a person. You're a dog.
I'm still a person. I still have my mental facilities. I'm not just a dog, okay?
Oh yeah? What's my
Yeah.
last name?
Damn.
Bark, eh?
Incorrect! As he, like, takes you and, like, underhand lobs you towards Elliot.
Elliot's going for like the medicine ball catch.
Lulin's going in for the interception.
Both of you roll acrobatics. Actually, Elliot, you can roll athletics. Lulin's rolling acrobatics for the interception.
These are the same picture.
Newson, you see Elliot's hands and then just Lulin's chest as he just wraps you up and runs out of the way with you.
I am not a ball.
Lulin throws Newsom back.
No!
to Alron.
You roll an athletics check. Actually, you roll an I'm gonna roll acrobatics for the catch. You roll athletics for the throw.
23. Pretty good.
20.
Yeah.
How do you throw? Are you throwing Newson like directly to him, or are you throwing Newson expecting him to catch?
Is it a spiral toss like a football?
Lulin like fucking spirals Newsom, and he knows 100% confidence Alron can catch her.
You throw Newson a little bit high and to the right, knowing that Alron will catch her, but it will give Newson, as you are getting dizzy, as you are flying through the air, and you see the second-story windows of a building coming towards you. As Alron, like, jumps up, and Karak, you hear, like, a loud boom as you see, like, a shockwave of what seems like dust and vapor shoot out of his boots as he goes up another 15 feet and just catches Newson and goes, "He scores!" as he just falls to the ground. Because it does not allow him to land gracefully. It just allows him to get higher.
That was amazing.
As Newson, wrapped up by Alron, you two, like, pile through the branches of a tree on the side of this road and go straight into a bush.
Newson, I think, is kind of like not limp, but like that kind of like cartoony, like Lucy head spinning.
The rest of you watch them fall into this bush and then just see Alron's hand snap up out of the bush holding Newson over his head.
It's a good thing I'm not a real dog, or I'd probably be dead.
Did you get hurt?
No, but a real dog probably would have.
As he kind of just sets you down on the ground. Be free, little Newson.
Newsom, like, tries to walk in a straight line and can't. She's, like, stumbling around.
Careful, Newsom. Drunk dogs are crime.
Really? I have to add that
Only
to
when
the
they're out on the
rules.
street.
I have to add that to the rules. Is Karak just trying to figure out where in the rules list, or if he should even put it in the regular rules list for that. Elven rule list? Elven rule list.
Elven rules, yes.
Look, at least when I toss you, I don't know how to spiral to it. I'm dizzy, okay?
I was dizzy when I face planted into a wall.
Alron.
No, you were concussed. That's different.
Elodie and Rose are just listening to this and chuckling to themselves. Before you see Elodie look past you, kind of with a little look of concern on her face, and go, "Alron? Do you guys turn around to look?
Did he not exit the bush?
He is crouched next to this bush, staring intently into it.
News'll
It's probably a squirrel.
stumble back over there and see what he's looking at.
Newson,
I've almost gotten lost in many a forest because of squirrel.
Newson, when you wander back over, the first thing you notice is that his ears are pointed and twitching, and his eyes are yellow as he's staring into this bush.
Newson sticks her head in the bush.
When you stick your head in the bush, roll me perception at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you're small. Roll me perception normally.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta do the D20. Just a +1 since I'm not sniffing. 14.
You see on a very small, like, blade of this bush in front of you as a bug is walking along, and you see a tiny jumping spider crawling on a leaf above it. As you realize Alron's whispering, wait, okay, you're right above him. Ready, jump! As you see the jumping spider jump on this bug, and he goes, good job. You got him. Alright, do you need help with anything else? As you realize that Alron has consumed so much animal speaking potion, like speak with animals potion, that he is currently conversing with the bugs.
Buddy.
Yeah.
You're worrying your girlfriend. She, like, pats his arm with her paw.
He kind of like turns towards you, and you watch the yellow fade to blue. But there's flecks of it throughout, and you can roll me a history check to see if you've noticed this about him the whole time you've seen him today. Because normally his eyes were just one or the other.
Okay. 8.
You were a little too dizzy to tell.
Yeah.
As he's like, oh yeah, shit, oh god, my ears popped out too. I must have been really. God,
Yeah,
I can
you were.
Newsom, I can hear everything.
Yeah, I'm aware. You were just having a conversation with a spider.
Yeah, kind of a cool dude. Also, is there any reason that I keep hearing your name being chanted from underground?
What? I might
It's
have...
literally like a million tiny voices.
Yeah, well, so we got attacked, right? We got attacked in the street, and we jumped into a sewer.
Okay.
And I used some of my magic, and I don't know if you remember this about me, but when I use magic, it causes crazy shit to happen.
Got it. But dogs can't use magic.
I can use magic that, well, I can use magic. It's kind of a weird... I wasn't a dog then, so I was still me.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah. I was, so we jumped in the sewer. I used magic, and well, I summoned like 1,000 ants that just like addressed me as their queen and were willing to do my bidding. So I asked them to stop the people that were trying to attack us, and I guess they're still down there.
Oh, that's why they're talking about prisoners.
They took prisoners? Well, I did tell them not to kill anyone, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it sounds like they don't know what to feed them.
Oh.
Oh well, it's probably not a big deal, right? Like these things happen to you guys all the time. You probably have it under control. As he like stands back up, he goes, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just thought I saw something interesting in the bush." As he kind of makes his way back over. So, we need to find some place to stay. I think I have enough of your gold left over for that. As he like opens up a pouch on his belt and sifts through it.
Well, I mean, Elliot has a fully unfurnished house.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. It would be like staying in your recently defurnished house.
Yeah. I have one requirement.
Is there another piano?
No.
There's
I would
nothing
like
in
it
there.
if the windows stayed where they are, unless there's another, like, zombie apocalypse or something, you know.
Oh god, no, it would have been way worse if they were zombies. Those things are way harder to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what? I lied. There is something in there. There's one puke-covered jacket.
Oh god.
Yeah, the unlucky spot.
Do you want me to burn?
Yeah.
Do you want me to burn it?
Oh, well,
it's... Outside of the house, yes.
Oh yeah, I don't want. God, can you imagine a house smelling like fucking burned up puke? God, that'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very unlucky, too.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I guess. God, wait, why do you have a house here?
He's a
I'm a lord.
lord now.
Oh, as he kind of like steps back. My apologies, my lord.
Apology accepted.
Newson bounces around a little bit,
My,
like in a circle.
my, as he like steps back, he mouths, my humblest greetings.
Well, I mean,
How did your dipshit ass become a
you as
lord?
Well.
Oh,
Same way everyone does. By blood.
Yeah, his brother didn't want him to usurp him, so he bought him out.
True. He
Oh,
bought me out, but he bought out the wrong people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to usurp that asshole. Someone else is.
are we like taking volunteers?
No.
You know how many of his fucking goons I had to kill protecting your unconscious bodies during the war in Olfast?
Yeah, that's fair.
Elven
Yeah, that is fair.
The Elven Kingsguard ain't shit.
Well, technically, they weren't his goons at the time. They were his dad's goons.
And they've probably been moved out, I would assume, and changed with new goons.
Oh, so they're inexperienced goons. Perfect.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't trust... I mean, it wouldn't make sense to trust the guard that was protecting the prior ruler when you just got rid of that rule.
Well, I
don't know,
mean,
I'm not making
like,
sense.
as far as the elves were concerned, it was like a peaceful transfer of power, right?
Yes.
Like old guy died,
mean-
like old guy out, new guy in, right? No, they didn't think that your brother had anything to do with killing your dad, did they?
I'm still
I don't
catching
think
up on...
so. Well,
I'm still
maybe they
catching
do,
up.
considering they're trying to organize a coup.
I'm
No,
still
they wouldn't
catching
try to
up on
organize the coup
everything.
if They thought he killed him.
A
I
week
think they're trying
is
to
not enough
coup
time
because
for
they
all the
don't think he
stories.
killed them.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
you think they're trying to coup because they don't think your brother's strong enough?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe he just needs to kill somebody.
So,
Maybe.
theoretically, if I were to,
You know any assholes?
volunteer to fight him to see if he's strong enough, if I were to happen to win, would I then become your
You don't
king?
need to be king.
What if he
No.
killed the fake Lyra?
What?
The Lyra that is in charge of that one house that was a bitch?
I thought you said Lyra was dead.
the
Did Lyra become a noble here too? Hang on.
No,
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 there's somebody else who
different
has her
names.
name here, and she sucks.
What was their last name? I'm trying to remember all the Elven family's last names, and it's so difficult.
I
Yeah.
don't know. For your benefit, I'm gonna let you dig.
Yeah, okay. So,
Gladio?
what?
What?
I don't know. Like Lyra Gal. I don't know.
Galindel?
Galindel. That's the
She's.
one.
I don't think she was a Galindel.
Then it wasn't. Okay.
Out of character, she was in fact a
Yeah,
Galindel.
she totally.
So everybody is like, it wasn't that. And Greg's like, I'm pretty sure.
Alron just leans
I-
Alron just leans over to you and goes, "What the fuck is a Galindel?"
Oh, some bitch.
A gal
I'm
on the
not big
devil.
fan
Is that oh, got it.
obviously.
Yeah,
so
we don't like her.
so that's
We don't
like
her.
so that's like Elven slang for bitch. Like if I need to use that.
God, you're such a Galindel. I think we should start that as slang. Yeah. I think we should-
yes, I do think we should start that as slang.
Yeah.
But also, they're one of the largest, powerful families in the city. So
They were the reason you couldn't get in the gates.
If I fight them, do I become their king?
No, they only believe in nepotism here.
Yeah.
It has been
Alright.
very strange.
Well, whatever
Have you
stupid
considered
religion they
being
believe
reborn
in.
as an elf?
No.
Yeah. That's
Okay, well, regardless of whatever stupid religion like nepotism they believe in here, I still
No,
think I
no,
could
no.
become their king.
Lyra taught me this word before nepotism is like when your family gets you a job that you don't deserve.
Oh!
Yeah.
Like how her family was in charge of Stitvale and that's how I got hired.
Yes, exactly. But you're not related to them. More it would be like because your dad was good at his job, they hired you.
I did get my job because my dad was good at his job.
Yeah, so that would be nepotism.
Oh my god.
My
yeah,
dad died doing that job.
That's why you guys get along so well.
Me and Elliot?
Yeah. Lyra was really pushing the nepotism thing with Elliot.
I feel like
Wow.
in order to be to like
Well, I
benefit
guess-
from nepotism, you have to have gotten a job, and I never really got a job. I was
Yeah.
always just sort of like sent to like college or whatever.
They
You
were
did get a title from.
Yeah, but I got a title for not being his brother.
Well,
So wait,
technically, you only
so wait,
got it
wait.
because you are his brother now.
If the only thing that matters here in power is nepotism, though, and you don't have any family,
You want to get married, Alron?
I do not know.
Okay, cool. Just
I feel
You know,
like that
just
would be
brainstorming.
I feel like that would be bad for both of our healths. As he kind of glances over, and Elodie is just staring daggers at you, Elliot. I feel like that.
I
would-
don't
What do
think
you
you're gonna
want?
get out from
Maybe
under
you
your
should
uncle's.
propose with him if you're gonna get jealous like that. Come on,
How about you mind your fucking business there?
my bad. Just saying.
You're gonna get us both in trouble, buddy. You're gonna get both our asses kicked.
I would
And
like to see that.
It's gonna be even worse because I'm gonna have to kick yours, and then she's gonna kick mine.
I mean,
Bold of you to
that's
assume,
fair.
I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I know it's been a minute, but I've gotten really good at running away.
Yeah.
See,
You
watch
should
this.
see
It's
his
like
horse.
Elliot jumps onto Shaq onto the Pegasus and just darts up 90 feet.
Roll. I
Every
need
turn for,
you.
like-
I'm going to make a roll, and I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Shadow Gleam? That
Can
was the
I
name,
have-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I have
Shadow Gleam.
advantage because is out of unexpected?
I will do this. Let's first things first. Just roll initiative, and if you beat me in the initiative, I will give you advantage.
Bro, that's bullshit and you know it, but okay. That was bullshit.
You can. I'll give you one free reroll.
You
Damn.
can try, baby. You can try. That's what he's saying.
It's like, damn, I didn't expect you to roll that low. Try again.
I also cannot re-roll initiative, so
Oh,
Mm.
I can clear your initiative, and then you can reroll your initiative.
+4, my ass.
That's been his consistent dexterity for every one of these rolls. Roll an advantage.
Such sad. Am I rolling what,
You're rolling a dex save at advantage
Dex.
against acrobatics.
bro?
Yeah, rolling
Such rude.
acrobatics against a monk is rough.
So, Elliot, you hop on Shadow Gleam, and all of you watch Allround. Instead of making a move, just hold out his hand with the gauntlet on it and put his cheek to his shoulder and just start lining it up. As Elliot, you jump up into the air, and you all watch as he just shoots a cable from his wrist and wraps it around Elliot and pulls him off the horse.
That kind of seems like cheating.
I didn't
You're
say
using one of Wilhelm's inventions.
he's
That's
using a
not you.
Pegasus.
Yeah, but he used his own magic for that.
I think whatever tools or abilities you have on your person should be fair game for something like this.
Yeah, but
Elliot's gonna cast Reduce on himself to get out of the snare.
oh,
Oh, you as he kind of like he's like reeling Elliot in as he's like looking at you talking about this, and he feels it go limp, and he goes, "You so no!" He's gonna start chasing you.
Chasing me.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get Shadow Gleam to catch me. We're going up. Up is the solution, PT.
Explain to
Going
me.
up.
Explain to me how you're gonna get on Shadow Gleam as a 3.5 foot tall person
Shadow Gleam gonna catch me.
with what? Their hooves?
I
Well, they
think
gonna fly underneath me.
You're
and
on
then-
the ground.
Like you haven't gone up
on
yet.
the ground.
You-
I was
They have 90 feet of movement in a 6-second period. Or
Right?
didn't he roll with advantage because he beat Alron's initiative?
He got close
Never
enough for
found
me
that.
to be happy.
Now, but to be fair, that initiative was for the deck save, and Elliot failed the deck save.
We'll say
Yes,
you're
but
about
he also
si-
had the
To-
secret round.
That doesn't negate that like it didn't stop Shadow Gleam from going in the air with him on it. It's just that the cord grabbed him and pulled him off. Like, what's the you have to decide on the order of operations, because I would have assumed he'd at least gotten somewhat
No,
in the air as
he-
well.
So I didn't think he got more than 10 feet up because I didn't want to make him take bludgeoning damage.
I mean, that's valid.
Well, Elliot doesn't take bludgeoning damage, so.
I think that's news.
Well, he does when he's not wolfed out.
Well, man reacts to falling
And-
as woof.
That actually is hilarious. We'll say that you can get caught again since you wolfed out the minute you got pulled off the Pegasus.
Like a fuck!
As he does that, the rest of you watch Alron kind of look at him get caught in wolf form. As you watch Newson, you see his ears grow again and start twitching as his eyes turn yellow, and he goes, "Oh, we're playing that way."
Oh, I'm staying out of this. Newson takes like several, for her, large steps backwards and like sits down.
because
Picks
Croc's
up
just
the
like
meat stick again and just starts chewing on it and watching.
Croc's flipping through his party rule list, and it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, we have Minotaurs here present, so I'm counting this as a Minotaur challenge for honor. So you're on your own, Elliot.
Lulu's gonna
Let me-
look at your rule list, grab a quill, and like put like an asterisk or werewolves and
Or- Or
Minotaur
werewolves.
or werewolf battle of honor.
As you watch Karak, would you have said you expected Alron to turn into a werewolf?
No, not at all.
So as you watch, as you say, you're on your own, Elliot. You turn back as you watch Alron's, like, it almost seems like his bones begin to like spread out as he grows inside, and this black and silver mixed fur grows along his sides. Before there's probably I would argue rivaling Newson's normal height. Because I think we've said you're about the same size as him when he's shifted, aren't you, Newson?
Yeah,
He's a big
I
boy.
think he's a big boy, big
I would
dog.
also like to propose a low DC check to see if the new big dog gets distracted by the incredibly penetrating smell of meat from the
Oh,
stick.
true, so
Oh.
true. Newson's sitting there, tiny little Yorkie, holding this big fat stick that smells like meat.
Newson, as you watch him shift and he's looking at Elliot, Newson, you pull out the meat stick and you just feel a shadow come over you as the rest of you just watch Alron turn and look down at this stick.
So it's just like, again, like a cartoon, stick in mouth, like, just looks up.
I'm gonna need that.
What?
I'm gonna need that.
I'm enjoying it.
If I win, I keep it.
Oh, well, I mean, that's more of a thing you have to take up with Elliot, because it is his stick. He just gave it to me.
As you watch him like turn back around, and Elliot, what is your game plan? Are you going straight up as high as you can?
Well, yeah, he's doing loops up.
As
Croc is putting in and Alrond for the stick rule.
Yep,
Making a lot of adjustments today.
yep.
As the rest of you watch Alron looking at Elliot going up, and you watch as his like eyes dart around, and you realize he's taking into consideration the heights of different buildings. As you watch him do almost a full circle before his eyes lock on something in the distance. Do you want
Newsom
to see?
starts chewing with more enthusiasm as the stick may be taken away at any moment.
Do any of you look to see what he saw?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I'm watching just the whole scene. I don't know if I'd be following his eye line directly.
Well, he like does a full body turn, but you realize that what he's looking at is the teleportation tower, which is by leagues and bounds the tallest thing in the city.
It is very tall.
And then he takes off. Just hauling ass through the streets towards this building as people dive out of the way in panic.
Yes, I'm sure a werewolf running through the streets won't cause any issues here.
What are the rest of you doing as Elodie just looks around and goes, where'd you say Elliot's house was? I figure if these two idiots are gonna, if you don't want us to stay with y'all, I can always go to my parents.
You're more than welcome to. Well, it's not my house to offer, but you're more than welcome to stay with us.
Yeah.
Elliot
Technically, we're not
seemed-
staying there. We're staying at Elliot's uncle's house.
Well,
I don't.
I'll at least make sure that he gets paid like due rent or something.
I think he'll be fine.
I don't know.
Oh wait, I forgot. They can't understand me. Bark, 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 bark.
At least from what Elliot was saying earlier to Allround, it seems like at least to me, it sounded like you all were more than welcome to show up and stay.
All right. Well, do you know how we could get there as through the frantic screaming along the ground? And Elliot, what is your reaction when you see Allround just take off down a busy street in full wolf?
He's gonna he's gonna see if he can figure out where he's going.
He's pretty much making a straight beeline for the center, for the teleportation tower. When he hits a building, you watch as he jumps, digs his claws into the stone, and goes up the side of it.
That's not good.
Every one of your friends, like all of you, every one of your friends is just so extraordinary.
Yeah.
Now, honey, some of us just own the bar, but extraordinary is a good word.
Hey, don't sell yourself. Oh wait, bark, bark, barker, bark, bark, barker.
Lilvin would.
Barks reassuringly.
Listen. I've had some of your food. I've had some of your cocktails. You got a craft. You got.
Well, you know I appreciate that, darling. Where, how goes that cookbook you said you'd get for me?
Oh, Lilvin's has like a small cookbook. No, it's not necessarily the one he gave Grave Apple. This is one that he's just written some of his favorite recipes in his free time. It's about halfway done.
All right, let me just.
I can give it to you now, or I can fill it up if you want, or if you want to leave some empty pages.
Well, why don't you just let me take this for a little bit, and I'll Rose, can you we'll get one of the guards, I guess, to take you there. Unless there's anyone, and at this point you hear a rapid clanking of metal on stone. The three of you that are still on the ground. Elliot, are you just flying in the air above his path?
Yeah, but he's gonna prepare a spell when he sees him approach the teleportation building.
Okay, what spell are you preparing?
Banishment.
How close do you want to let him get?
Oh my god!
He's preparing the spell for when he gets within 60 feet.
Okay.
I was ready for you to grease the building so he couldn't climb up or something, but no.
Banishment.
No.
Banish
Elliot, as it
his
turns
ass.
out, knows he's from this plane, so it's fine. He's started checking that internally. He's like, yep, I know Allrond is from this plane. We're good.
He was definitely born here.
Exactly.
Okay. So as you're waiting for that, he's still got a pretty long distance to go to the center of the city. So we got some time there. The rest of you hear a screeching of metal on stone as a very large figure almost slides around a corner in front of you.
Ah, Brennan's here to join the party.
Hey.
I mean, bark, 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 bark.
Yeah. You
back.
watch as he, like, looks down at you, looks up at the rest of you, and then you watch as the armor almost seems to shift as a symbol appears on it. Okay, the dog is...
It's me.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's Newsom.
Yeah.
And
It was the wild magic, okay?
the
Crazy.
Pegasus is...
That's Elliot.
That's Shadow Gleam.
And that would mean that... And he kind of looks around and he goes, Elodie and Rose are here, which means the werewolf running down the central street can only be Allrond.
Yeah.
Okay, seems like I'm caught up. Where in... Just one more question. Where did everybody go?
Well,
Sewers, cave, grove, desert. Back
fish
here.
people.
Fish people.
Fish people.
Mhm.
Yeah, after we were after we had
was-
left the meeting,
Yeah, secret
we were
meeting,
attacked by
battle, sewer, ants, wall, caves, fish people, more fighting, truce, rock,
favor.
agreement,
Mhm.
Use full sentences, please.
swimming, oasis, dreams, walking, desert, big fucking turtle.
Oh, big fucking turtle.
Wait. Circle back to the turtle.
While we were walking through the desert, we found big footprints, and they smelled like an old reptile with kobolds. And then Elliot flew up on Shadow Gleam and saw that it was in fact a big fucking turtle with kobolds on its back.
I'm surprised, actually. I didn't think they were still around. You saw a Cerathon. There,
Who what now?
a Cerathon. It's the name of the turtle.
Well, I didn't see Rathana, but
Well, it's not. Cerathon is one word. You did not see Rathon.
Yeah, I think Rathon is different.
oh,
Regardless, before the kobolds settled mostly in Koboldia, that's kind of how they got around raiding towns. I mean, they don't really do that anymore. Once Koboldia was founded, those that stayed on them were mainly mercenary groups, but I didn't think there were any of them left alive.
I know Elliot mentioned that they were sending out a message to somebody, something about the number 4 and then someone named Hire, Hyere.
He kind of like looks around the group of you. You mean for hire? Like hire us? Like pay us money?
oh, I assumed it was like for going higher, but everyone thought that was dumb.
I'll be
because it
honest,
was
we were in the desert and we're trying to get back here. Seemed like something we shouldn't waste. Well,
They
It's
thought
not
it was a
waste our
name. You think my thing is more dumb?
to be
It's a
fair,
giant turtle.
I think you're
to
all
be
dumb.
fair, the letters Hyre seem more like a name than anything else.
Or like kobolds can't spell.
Yeah,
First
I've
off-
only ever interacted with one kobold, so
First off, rude. I didn't voice my opinion.
What was your
Second-
opinion?
I didn't say it.
What was it?
I mean,
You
it
didn't
could have
have
been
one.
for hire. It could have been for kobolds named hire. It could have been literally anything.
Or it could have been for what it said.
Yeah, but they're
no,
kobolds.
it was Hyre.
They're kobolds. It could have literally been anything.
Okay, circling back. Bigger things to worry about.
Mhm.
Bigger than
Although-
a turtle?
That isn't. I mean, those turtles are huge.
Do we have things
Honestly-
to worry about?
Honestly, if we have the money, like it wouldn't be a bad idea to like go hire them.
For what?
Just in general.
Transportation.
It would be nice to have a nice place to rest while.
I don't know. Where's a big turtle gonna take us?
I mean,
Across the desert.
they used to wander from here all the way to the Mellowland Wilds. So
That turtle can go through the mountains?
There's passes it can fit through.
There's no way. That thing is huge.
I mean, we've all been to Rook's Rest. As soon as it gets south of the mountains, it's pretty much free to travel wherever it wants.
Yeah, I just figured the mountains were kind of the thing that stopped it.
I mean, it's definitely not going to get there fast.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't moving fast.
It is a tortoise, after all.
But, you know, I was also thinking if things here really reach their peak, there's no good distraction like kobolds attacking the city.
Well,
I like the way you think.
I don't know. That seems a little fucked up.
I mean, they love it.
They want to get
Presumably.
paid to die?
That's what mercenaries do, Newson.
I don't think mercenaries want to die.
But they
I
accept
mean-
that they could. Anyways, what are the elves gonna do? Shoot back at them? They can throw catapult rounds from that thing from like a mile and a half away.
Jeez.
And I don't think the elves are gonna push out into all the Warforged. Speaking of Warforged, that's kind of how I knew you were back in the city. One found me, and I don't know how it got in.
Oh, yeah, he came in
they-
with us.
They passed quarantine.
Elliot said they were cool, and the guards are idiots.
Of course they did. I didn't train those ones, did I? As he like leans and looks at the gate. No, those aren't my idiots. Elliot, put banishment in chat so I can roll the save.
They played rock, paper, scissors for like 10 minutes to decide whether they should let us in or not.
Yeah, whole.
Guess who has a bad charisma?
And then they handed me
It's
a.
all Ron.
And then they handed me a
Damn.
letter, but it had no to address, so I assumed it was mine. Turns out it was for Elliot, which is they really should actually write down who it's for instead of.
All wrong goes poof. Like he jumps up from about 60 feet. He's hauling ass to try and get on the side of this thing, and then just boop, he's just gone halfway into the air.
Is he gonna fall 60 feet when he comes back in a minute?
He'll probably
Yeah.
fall like 30, but he'll still be wolfed up. It'll be okay.
Yeah,
It'll
he'll be fine.
Elliot, what are you doing? Are you circling down to the ground? Are you staying high and just waiting?
Does he see the massive Warforged approach the group?
I mean, they're pretty far back through the city. They're still at the gate. You're now almost at the center.
In that case, he'll go up further to sort of see Elrond poof back.
All right. Well, we have a minute, so we'll have a minute of conversation with the other group. Yeah, but anyways, he found me and he says they want they want an audience with the king. I figured, you know, he also told me that, I mean, I figured you were back in town because he told me he recognized the voice of the savior, quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I told Elliot he was gonna be some kind of warforged god.
Yeah, maybe we just don't tell him that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't need a bigger ego.
Elliot, you watch Elrond pop out and land on the ground in human form, relatively confused. He's just kind of like staring around, like in circles, looking around. What do you do?
Go back towards the party. I don't know.
You just leaving him here?
I mean, he looks fine.
Dazed
good.
and confused in the middle of of the Sylvan city.
He'll fly around. He'll just keep an eye on. Stay more than 60 feet away from this man who can jump 60 feet.
As you're flying around, you see a couple of guards run out as citizens are pointing, and the guards kind of like begin walking towards Elrond.
Oh, he'll get out of this. That's fine.
Roll me a d100.
Okay.
As you watch these guards walk up to Allrond, you see the two of them, like, they walk up and they begin having a conversation, and Allrond's kind of just being his normal self, like smiling, laughing along, talking to them. Roll me perception. And tell me how low you are as these guards begin talking to him.
40 feet.
Okay, roll me perception at advantage because you're still wolfed up to hear what they're saying.
Damn.
So you're hearing this conversation, they're like, "Sir, we had reports that you were running through the city," and he says, "Oh, no, that couldn't have been me. That couldn't have been me. I wouldn't do something like that. No, I actually just got here. I don't quite know how I ended up here," as he's kind of looking. And you see one of the guards, like, tilt his head and look at Allrond, and then take a step back and just, like, slowly bring a hand to his sword.
Elliot will land.
Elliot, as you land, you see this guard. How close are you landing?
I'm landing behind the guard.
Like, directly behind him?
Well, 30 feet behind him.
And then walking up?
Safe. Like, dramatic, but with,
Mm-hmm.
the... It's a Pegasus, so, like, what, a 15-foot wingspan? This is not something that you miss.
It's like that thing where you hit the ground on a flying horse and then like a cloud of dust comes out, and it's as it clears away, there's like a beam of sun that comes through. And it glimmers off the black fur of the horse. There's like a breeze, unexplainable, blowing Elliot's hair.
As you kind of land and you watch this guard, like, turn around quickly and, like, clench his sword, you watch Allrond put a hand on the other one's shoulder and, like, just pat it, and he turns back to the guard who's now looking at you, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, you. I know you, don't I?" As you watch this guard slowly turn back around, as Allrond wraps his arm around the other guard and goes, "No, see, I do know this guy. So, this guy... How long's he been a guard here?" Is the guy he has his arm around looks at him, he goes, "I don't know, like 6 months." He goes, "Yeah, see, that's got to be right, because before that, he was a prison guard. Did you know that? Did you know that he was a prison guard?" As you watch this other guard take another step back, and he goes, "Yeah, what was the name of that prison?" "I remember it now. Do you remember it?" As you watch this guy go to draw his sword, and Allrond goes, "Yeah, it was the Red Pits." And as he grabs the back of the other guard's shirt, picks him up, and bodily heaves him into the other guard. Yeah, as Allrond just casually as can be, as people start, like, backing up. Elliot, are you doing anything?
What am I supposed to do here?
Choose whether you intervene or not.
Newson, you can roll
Mr.
me
Gusto,
perception at
anyone?
advantage to see if you hear screams from the center of the city.
Okay.
I think Elliot will draw his dagger. Very symbolic gesture for Elliot. Sort of facing the guy who Allrond just threw that was a guard in the Red Pits.
Yeah,
And
they're
like, is that
in a
true?
pile on the ground trying to stand back up.
Is that true? Did you work there?
I did, but I didn't want to.
Didn't want to.
You can roll insight if
great.
you want to. As Allrond is stalking up to these two from behind now that they're looking at you. That's a lie. He worked there willingly.
Now that's a fucking lie. Seemed like you willingly worked there.
Yeah. As Allrond walks up behind him. Yeah, no, he was really overzealous with the knives. Weren't you, buddy? As he just, like, puts a hand on his shoulder and you watch this guy's eye. Newsin, you hear screams from the center of the city.
Bad screams.
Screams of, like, people fleeing in terror.
Okay. Something bad's going on. I'm gonna, and then she just starts running.
Hang on,
Little
Newsin.
dog run.
Newsin, come back here.
Nope.
I can get us there faster. As
Okay, fine.
as you turn around, as Breton draws his sword and places it on the ground, as you watch the linings of a teleportation circle begin to wind from the bottom of it.
You mean Brennan, right?
I do mean Brennan. What did I say?
You said Breton
Breton.
because I mentioned him earlier.
Ah, yes. The double-lettered EN names.
yeah.
My curse.
You really screwed yourself with Brennan and Breton.
Nah, it was too good to be true.
Okay.
As
She'll like hop in the robot arm, I guess.
you all, I'm assuming that Karak and Lulin are going with.
Oh, absolutely.
As there's just a bright flash, and you find yourself standing in now the empty square. As Alrond puts his hand on the back of a guard's neck, you see Elliot holding a knife with his Pegasus behind him. One of the guards is still trying to pick himself up off the ground. What is your immediate reaction to all this?
Rock is just trying to make sense of everything because this is a very big reaction. Like a very visceral reaction. Elliot has to have a good reason for this.
Yeah,
He
I
just
think
has to.
coming into a tense moment, Lulin's not going to draw his shield or his hammer, but his hand is on the hilt of his hammer.
Also, does Newson do a recognize?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I was just waiting for my turn.
Roll history.
Sorry.
Okay. You don't have to apologize.
I would like to argue for advantage,
Yeah.
as it is not a traumatic memory anymore. It is simply a memory.
Fair.
True.
All right, roll at advantage.
18.
This guy was at the pits. The guy who's Alrond has his hand on the back of his neck was in the pits.
I think News'll will run right in then.
Full dog form.
Yeah.
Just
We'll
I think
fight the pants.
seeing that Alrond obviously has this guard like covered, he's gonna turn to the other one that's still on the ground, and just stay down if you know what's good for you.
as you watch him like cough blood onto the stones.
I just remembered something. I remember Newson during the time loop part telling Karak about the pits. Could I roll a history check to see if Karak remembers enough about that conversation?
You haven't heard anything yourself about the red pits yet, so you don't know that that's what the situation here is.
Yeah, we haven't said anything. I don't think anyone said anything out loud.
Didn't Elliot say it?
Not since you've been
No.
here.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Sorry.
You're all good. You're all good. I want to make sure that I got everything straight.
As
You know.
Newson, as you're running up, you watch as Alrond like lifts this guy up by his neck and holds him out above his head. You were very talented with knives. I mean, you did great. You cut up any of their prisoners who didn't make the cut, and then you put them back together again so you could learn how they worked. Are any of you saying or doing anything?
I think Lulin's just slowly approaching.
Karak is
Still-
probably gonna follow behind Lulin.
Still the same. Like one arm, his left arm is like open, like in front of his body, and then his right arm is on the hilt of his hammer.
News's probably matching the anger, to be honest. I don't think she's gonna be a calming force in this situation. I mean, it's still little dog anger, but it's like fangs bared, growling, yapping.
As you're running up, it's almost the same thing from Alrond, as he's kind of taking on some of those more wolfish features, as he does when he's enraged. As you watch the yellow spread across his eyes, Elliot, as he goes, just one more tally off my list. As he still holding this guy with his right hand, lines up his left hand on this guy's back, and then draws it back behind his head. Nobody doing anything?
Grok's waiting for Lulin to do something because currently they have that. They just know people are angry and they don't know why.
How many citizens are watching?
Probably. Let me roll for it. So probably like 50.
And how many guards? Other than the one that's on the ground and the one that's about to get got.
As you glance around, give me a perception check.
Of course.
Nice.
Doesn't seem to be
Good
any
crit
new.
stick.
Doesn't seem to be any new guards yet. All right, I'm going to give everybody a single round of chances to do things. Lulin, are you doing anything?
No.
All right, Elliot, are you doing anything? It is very clear that Allround is about to kill this guard.
Well, honestly, I think right now seems like justice to Elliot. So what he's going to do is like gesture for the Pegasus to come closer so that Elgrond can make an escape after this is done. Like have it prepare an action to pick up Elrond and go.
All right, Newsen. You're not a comic factor. You're not going to stop him.
No.
Karak.
As far as Karak is concerned, he doesn't have enough information, and if none of his fellow party members are doing anything about it, it's not his fight.
All right, let me roll something.
Wait, are the other two people here? The Elrond's girlfriend?
No, Rose and Elodie aren't here, but Brennan is,
Mm.
which is what I'm rolling for.
Brennan has to decide whether he's going to intervene or not.
And Brennan won. I need to make a saving throw. I need to look up a spell real quick, y'all.
Ooh.
I need to see what the save for this is. Okay, so that's going to be a 16. You watch as Brennan snaps out a hand as runes on the suit light up. And you watch for a fraction of a second as you see the start of a hold person forming around Allrond. And then you see the magic shatter as he drives his hand through through the metal armor on his back, through his torso, and out the front as, like, bent out of shape metal armor surrounds his hand. As you see on his arm, where Newsen, you know he has hundreds of tally marks.
Yep.
You see one of the tally marks glow, and when it's done, it's shifted much closer to his skin color. And you can see that from probably his elbow to his shoulder, where he previously had tally marks, all of them have faded out. But everything down to his wrist is still there. As he just pulls his arm out and drops this guy to the ground, and then looks at the other guard and says, "Run." As this guard just scrabbles and takes off.
You don't have beef with him. Get on the Pegasus and get out of here.
He just killed a guard.
Go. Who said he just killed the guard?
The other guard, I'm assuming.
The other guard did.
Oh. He killed a man who enjoyed torture.
He kind of like looks at you and takes in what you said, and then turns and runs off. As you see people around the area kind of like still fearfully looking at you, and although Lulin still does not, the rest of you see guards closing in.
We should probably go.
Yep.
Sure I can't become the king?
Pretty damn sure.
Shame. So we're running.
Elliot gets on the Pegasus and like gestures towards Alron to get on. As he like looks towards Karak and with his psychic link is like, you guys weren't involved in this. Just keep your heads down.
Mm-hmm.
As
Karak
they
nods.
does Alron get on the
Oh, absolutely
Pegasus?
he does. He's not dumb enough to try and fight the entire elven military.
As he tries to take off.
You do watch him turn around and flip the Minotaur fuck you to the elven military as you ride off,
Hell
though.
yeah.
Also, I'd like Karak to send a message back saying, "Let me know when you get back."
Sounds good.
As Brennan looks at the rest of you and goes, do we want to be a part of this either?
Nope.
No.
We weren't a part of this. Keep our
But-
head down.
Well,
Come on, Newsom.
it's more of the do we stay and talk to the guards and try and convince them of that, or should we just hop back in the portal and leave? I can take us straight back to Elliot's.
Let's boot, scoot, and boogie.
Boot, scoot, and boogie. Okay, everybody around me. Lay a hand on. As he puts the sword back on the ground, you hear one of the guards go, "Hey, don't do that!"
Lulu leaves to look at Minotaur middle fingers as well.
Mm-hmm.
As in a
he just
flash of
moves
light,
from
you are
person.
back in Elliot's house, and you smell from the other room day-old puke-covered jacket.
Ah, it's been basking in the sun.
It's worse for me. Oh God, how do dogs deal with this? He just like drops to the ground and starts like rubbing her nose.
So the smell is just awful, whimpering. How
No,
dare
it's
this
like
sense
she starts
happen?
running as far away as she can. It's like the skittering of tiny dog paws on hardwood and tile and shit. And she just dips as deep into the house as she can.
As Elliot, you land outside your house not long after, because you move pretty fast and your house is relatively close to the center of the city. You land at your house as Alrond hops off and goes, "So, that was fun. I like your city so far. The guard response is slow."
Yeah. It's relatively slow. Not my city, by the way.
Oh, also, you wanna magic this for me real quick? As he kind of like points down to his hand that is still up to his elbow, covered in blood. As he kind of like flicks a little bit in your garden.
Yeah, he'll prestidigitate it clean.
Ah, thanks. Oh, I always feel better after I cross a tally off.
That's good.
Feel a little bit
How'd you
more
feel?
me. Anyways, so this is your house, huh? This place is big. Show me around what's inside. As he like walks up to one of the doors and like grabs the handle and shakes it. As everybody inside, you hear a handle in the back of the house shaking.
They could probably Alron and Elliot probably hear like the dogs skittering, running around.
Karak's once hearing that sends a message saying someone's at your front door.
No, they're at your back door. I'd assume
door.
that Elliot would not land the Pegasus he ran from the cops on in the front of his house.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, in the back.
There's
Yeah,
someone
we're
at your-
going in a second. Let me just get the stables ready.
What? Seems like a smart horse. We won't fly away, will it? Just leave it here. As he's like, I think I almost got this locked, as you hear an audible breaking sound from your door handle. As the door swings open. All of the rest of you hear something break in the back of the house and then a door creaking open. And then you hear Elliot yelling.
One rule. I think they escaped the cops.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, we did. We're good. We're back.
That was a lot quick. That was a lot quicker than expected.
Yeah.
I'll
How's
get so lost in this city.
Elliot, your friends are in your house already.
Isn't good.
We
Well, yeah, they have a
teleported here.
key.
Oh, does the key
Yeah.
like
Apparently
instantly?
a key.
Does the key like instantly bring you back to the house? That's pretty cool. You should have gotten one of those for a poop.
No. That's probably it doesn't matter. Let's just go inside.
Yeah. Anyway, as he like rounds the corner, he goes, "Who the fuck is the robot?"
Oh, that's Brennan.
Yeah.
Now Brennan was way shorter.
No,
Not
but that's
anymore.
Brennan now.
Yeah, I ripped the soul out of Brennan. Now he's in that.
Best thing that ever happened to me. How you been, kid? I still don't believe
I'm
it.
tired.
I think he was talking to me. Aren't you like 70?
Oh.
Oh no, you're a half elf. You're normal.
Yep.
He could be 70. Who knows?
If you are, what's your secret?
Tears.
Ears.
Bastard.
Ears a bastard.
He prestidigitates the wrinkles away every morning.
I didn't
Anyways,
realize you could do that.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's your own vendetta. It's your own thing. You know,
I support it.
yeah, maybe not in broad daylight.
I had no idea what was going on, but so long as Lulin and Nuzin and Elliot were on your side, I'd say that it was a good idea.
Listen,
and a good job.
I would have handled things more tactfully, but he recognized me.
That still doesn't help, but again, if they're okay with it, then I am more than okay with it. I trust these people.
Cool.
Honestly,
I
all
like
have
you,
saved
new
my
guy.
life multiple times.
I like you, new guy. You don't ask questions.
Oh, thank you.
Well, he does, but usually they're pretty
very-
easy to answer.
I get very confused because I'm having to catch up on everything that's happened, and I've only been around here for like a week.
Oh, I got some story. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you the story sometime when I killed a governor of a city. Then.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
So many stories.
Well, I got
He drugged
Get it,
Nam.
I got really good at killing people for these guys here.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of hear Brennan like shift. He goes, "If we can move on from this, there's somebody
Please.
there's somebody who is here to meet you all." As you see, like,
Okay.
as he says, it's safe to come out now. As you see, like, a single like sheet in the corner kind of like shift and move as the Warforged from earlier crawls out from under it. Hello. Hello.
Oh, I should have noticed considering we don't have any furniture. Why would a piece of furniture be covered in a sheet?
No, this was just like a sheet that was hung up with like a single nail on a wall. Very obviously quickly made by Brennan before he left.
It's like kids that hide under curtains kind of thing. Where clearly
And you couldn't smell them over the smell of vomit jacket.
Yeah.
Valid.
I was hoping I'd meet you again.
Hello. It is good to meet you. We have been told that you can guarantee us an audience with the king. If you could do so, that would be wonderful.
I can see what I can do.
Phenomenal. I recognize your voice. You are the one who sent us into these bodies.
Yes. It didn't seem just how it was before.
Thank you. We have been made whole again.
You're welcome. Out
Now.
of curiosity, what do you wish to speak to the king about?
The utilization and reintegration of us into society. There are approximately 10,268 units waiting to be reintegrated into Elven society.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Oh. It's nice to have an exact number.
Yes.
Yeah.
We wish to speak to the king to hasten our reintegration.
Well, I mean, I think he has a meeting tomorrow evening. I'll see if I can get him to meet with you today.
Thank you.
Yeah. In the meantime, it might be best to sort of stay around the house. But you're welcome to go anywhere on the property, and if you want to leave, you can. I just would recommend staying here until then.
You watch as the Warforged kind of looks around. Bit empty, don't you think?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's new.
I will
It
have
is
so
new.
I will get so much enjoyment out of wandering your empty house.
There's a Pegasus out back. You could talk to him.
At least that's interesting. Thank you. As it like turns around, and you remember for a moment that before all of these people were Warforged, they were elven soldiers.
Yeah, that's fair.
As he turns around and walks out the back of your house and goes, "Hello," as you hear a kick and a "okay then." And that's where
Fair.
we're gonna end our session. Everybody have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
very nice.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you Sky for the raid. I'm glad everybody's enjoying the new cube redeems.
Yes, the cube fits.
The cube fits well. More cube is coming. Soon,
More
you may be
cube.
able to request a word from our cube.
A word,
A word
from
from
our
our cube.
He may also soon learn to talk on his own.
Oh.
Wow.
But, thank you to all of our wonderful players. We have Lulin Boldspeaker played by.
It me, Rambo. And my favorite part of the episode was Elrond serving up fucking dessert, cooking up some pork.
And then we have Elliot Burning Oak played by.
It's me, Isaac. And I think my favorite part was right at the gate. Elliot showing up and immediately fighting with Elrond with the stupid guard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have we have News and World Walker played by.
It's me, the Sky T. I liked it when everyone lied about me being dead and naming a dog after me. Oh, the dog chaos, truly.
And last but
think of
not
you.
least, we have Karakareem played by.
Hello, it's Terminian Link VT, and my favorite part was Lulin and then Karak just updating the rules now that they've met Elrond and are like, these need some updating. This seems important to change.
Mhm.
Sorry, I hooked the dog to Aurora's collar, and she's like trying to lick it and like play with it like a toy, and I'm just watching Doug avoid containment.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's bringing me much joy. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm going to send you on over to Glitched Rune. We will be back tomorrow with some RimWorld because the colony must continue.
Whee!
Listen, we need the logistical stuff. Like, if we don't grow any rice, there's no snacks on the tour. It's
Oh God, you're right.
I know, right? Like, what happens if we break down? We need materials from the colony to keep the tour running.
Yeah.
It's all very important.
Mhm.
But
Make sure you show up to do your part, everybody.
for now, we're going to send you on off to Glitched Rune, who is doing some just chatting. I don't actually know what's going on, so I guess we'll find out when we get there. But until we see you again tomorrow, don't do anything I wouldn't do. The bar is exceptionally low. Have fun, everyone.
Bye. Have a good